Yeah, melt the hole onto that coin. Yeah, like that's worth like a platinum.
I know it is, right?
So we're outside of Waterdeep. Why were we going to Waterdeep again?
Because we had heard that the guy who ran the ship had headed to Waterdeep when we left. Lord Dryland. When we left Yartar, we had heard that he had taken a griffin to Waterdeep. We also know that the Skarkathel Kraken Society is based off the coast of Waterdeep, or was at least 400 years ago. So it was like the only real leads we had other than trying to track down Lady Italia or the ship.
Right.
Which we have no idea where either of those items. We don't know where Lady Italia went, and we know that the ship went north, but we don't know where or to what end.
North from Yartar? Yeah, you're north from Yartar, right?
Yeah, I think so. Granted, that was like probably months ago that he left to go there, so I mean, who knows where he is now.
This is in character. Where is the trackless sea?
Well, I would assume that if it's trackless, that you can't find it.
Are you sure?
Well, it's trackless. That's the name of it, so you can't find it.
No, I thought that meant that you just couldn't find once you're there. People couldn't trace you.
Well, if we had a ranger, we could probably have him track the sea if he had like the sea as his favorite terrain.
Really? There's no rangers like that. Is there?
Why can't there be?
Pirate Rangers.
Ah.
Or maybe an aquatic elf. I've read about such things. I haven't seen them before, though.
What message do we want me to send to the airship? Do we want her to meet us south of Waterdeep, or?
Well, you could tell her to turn down my bed.
Put a special chocolate by the pillow?
I want mints. I could use mints. I haven't brushed my teeth in 30 years.
I'm gonna use the sending scroll.
Okay, sounds good. It's like the sending spell. I can't remember, is it two-way communication or just one way? Send a short message, 25 words or less, to a creature you're familiar with, hears it in his mind, recognizes you as the sender, and can answer in a like manner immediately. Okay.
I'll just tell her to meet us south of Waterdeep, and to start heading here as soon as possible.
Okay. She sends a message back, states, weird feeling, but I understand. Will take me 5 days.
Alright, she'll be here in 5 days.
Well, that's an awfully long time. I wonder what she's doing.
Well, she doesn't really have anybody to man the ship, so she's having to do it all solo, I think.
Man, she should have hired a new crew while we were gone.
Didn't we leave her in the middle of a field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do we go about finding information in Waterdeep about this ship or something? Can the Lord's Alliance help us?
Well, I might have some contacts too we can talk to. You know, the ships like
I've
that,
never
not
been
necessarily on the up and up. So maybe I could talk to somebody in the local thieves guild.
I think pretty much everybody is up when compared to you.
Oh, out with the short chooks, all right. Won't you make like a tree and leaf there, Druid?
All right, so I guess we mosey on into Waterdeep.
All right, sounds good. You all have been to Waterdeep before. You've been there a couple times.
I
Actually,
haven't.
started from here. So as you walk into Waterdeep, you kind of get into the hustle and bustle of the town. You're very familiar with that that sort of sensation. There's several districts that are there. There's obviously the Castle District and the Dock District. And there's the North Ward as well, and obviously the cemetery. So, any particular section that you'd like to go in town?
Melton's walking through the middle of the water, and he hears this music band.
Nice. Nice.
Are you using your hat of disguise? Or are you just walking in and all your glory?
Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to slap on my alter ego, Belton Mingles.
Nice.
Fancy outfit,
Yeah.
the hat with a little feather in it.
Looking at that. Yeah, more city-like sounds, I think.
So where are we going, I'm sorry, Belton.
All right, we're going to the some folks I think I could find. So I kind of look around. I mean, I don't know Waterdeep very well, but I look for somebody who looks kind of shady, like a purse snatcher, or a cut person, something like that.
Oh, this is going to end well.
All right, so as you're kind of walking down the streets are obviously very busy. Think of, kind of like a New York City type of sidewalks where there's lots of people walking around. And you see there's this gentleman that's kind of sitting off to the side, seems to be kind of carving on an apple, but you notice that he's watching every person as they walk by, and you see he kind of quickly gives a brief look towards your group, and his eyes get really big, and then he kind of just nonchalantly keeps carving at the apple, but you saw he's kind of eyed some of your nice swords and shields and things like that.
Yeah, I'll go over to him.
All right.
Like, hello, good sir. My name is Belton Mingles.
Huh?
Ah, nice to meet you, huh?
Me no speak common.
Oh, who's Mino?
Me no. He points to himself.
Nice to meet you, Mino. I'm Belton.
Huh?
And then I start asking him about how much water is at Waterdeep?
And he kind of looks at you and he says, it's deep water, lots. Okay, so I do speak a little common.
Yeah, well, and I continue on talking about the water in Waterdeep, the sewers around,
Uh-huh.
and special friends that we may need to meet. And I'm using Thieves' Cant to do this.
I figured you probably were. So he kind of has a quick kind of jaunt back again, talking about that the pigeons have landed in the street, and saying that the seas have been high, but yet they're dry, and kind of goes back and forth. But essentially, he kind of asks you, what are you looking for?
I tell you, information.
He's like, well, you guys look like pretty good marks. That's good information.
Yeah, we're great marks.
He's like, what are you looking for in particular? You looking for the brothel?
And I pull out a golden goose. One of the, I don't know if we have any of those left. Do we? Got one.
You got one.
Yeah, we got like 10 of them. Somebody has them.
Yeah, somebody kept them, didn't they?
I think I did.
Melton?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's right, because you asked Pao Ming if you could keep them, and she said yes.
So I whip out a golden goose. And I tell him, I'm looking for a boat.
He's like, interesting. He's like, there's no gambling boats in Waterdeep. Not allowed.
Okay, I'm looking for somebody who may have, information or relations with this boat.
He flips it up and down. He says, head down to the dock section. Go find Ilivos. Ilivos Oldhammer. He'll probably help you.
Okay, yeah. And where would I find him at other than in the dock section? Because it might be pretty big.
He smiles a little bit. He's like, it is pretty big. He said, head down to the Soddenhammer. It's a nice, seedy bar. You'll find him in there, probably.
All right, and I said, well, do you mind if can I get that apple from you? I'd buy it from you for a few coppers.
He said, sure. He tosses you the apple that's half carved.
And I pull out a few coppers and intermingle a few gold pieces in there with it.
He quickly kind of assesses the coins in his hand and puts them in his bag and sort of tips his hat, and he says, maybe not such good marks after all.
Yeah, have a good day. Thank you for the apple.
You're welcome. Enjoy it. It's really good. He pulls out another apple and starts carving it.
Yeah, and I turn around and I'm like, okay, we need to head down to the docks. There's a guy's name we need to talk to.
Well, good job. Is this guy going to give us information that we need, or is this another one of your little side projects?
Well, I was asking about somebody who may know information about people affiliated with the boat that has this coin.
Okay.
So as you guys continue down through the Waterdeep area, Relenia, you see, thousands of people, and you hear people hawking their wares on the sides, and see a lot of things that you've never ever seen before. Various things from all different areas, and as you continue to kind of peruse down into the dock section, again, it's the daytime, so things are pretty busy. You notice that you don't see quite as many noblish dressed people. It's a little bit more seedy kind of feeling to it, and you kind of continue to kind of wander about and look around, and finally you do see a bar there that has a sign that's kind of half hanging on it, and the doors just sort of swinging back and forth. There's no real latches that hold it open, which says the Soddenhammer.
Yeah, okay. This is it. This is the facility. But hang on for a second. And I look around for like a little back alleyway.
Okay. Yeah, there's a small back alleyway there. There's actually two that kind of go along each side of the building itself.
And I disguise myself
Okay.
as George Bush.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Oh, I'll change that. I'm just kidding.
No, it's alright. It doesn't matter to me either way. So,
Well, I figured George Bush was funny.
yeah. Oh, I saw the picture. I missed it. Alright, and so you guys kind of see that the door's open. You see some drunk people kind of wander out and sort of bang up against the wall as they go, and kind of stagger down the street.
Are we going in yet?
Sure, if you want to go in.
Yep, let's go on in. So I go in there.
Okay. So as you kind of head into the bar itself, you guys walk in, and the bar immediately kind of gets quiet as everybody looks at you. You see there's about 8 people in here, kind of a small place, really kind of downtrodden. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time. There's only like 3 candles that really light the entire place. It's probably about 25 feet by 30 feet. Here, guy, say, what you need?
Well, I have a few drinks.
Sorry.
And I whisper to him, and I need a little information.
It's like, huh? This bar's for locals. We don't allow any visitors in.
And I drop a gold piece down. And I'm like, well, I pay my entrance tax.
He picks up the gold and puts it in his pocket. Like, sure, have a seat.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll have some ale, and I need to talk to a certain individual.
Who are you looking for?
His name is, I don't remember his name.
Ilivos Oldhammer.
Yeah, that's the guy we're looking for. Ilivos Oldhammer.
And nice picture. He says, what do you want with Ilivos? He doesn't take too kindly to talking to strangers, I don't think. Matter of fact, why don't you tell me your question and I can pass it along.
I say, it's an important business, and only can I talk to Ilivos Foldhammer. And you can have him a message to meet me right here now. And I put another gold on the table.
He's like, why don't we just cut to the chase? Put 8 more gold down. You can tell me. I'll pass the message along, and I'll come back and tell you.
Well, I need some information.
Okay. And I need 8 gold.
Yeah, okay. Here's 8 gold.
And he takes the 8 gold. He's like, all right, what information do you need?
Well, I want to ask Ilvos myself.
I'll pass the message along. Just tell me what the question is.
I'm going to do an insight to see if I think he's actually being truthful, that he'll help, pass the question along.
Sounds good. You've been having pretty good rolls. So yeah, he feels pretty truthful. Matter of fact, you think it may even be him.
I go, so tell Ilvos I'm looking for a certain individual that has something to do with this. And I throw down one of the golden goose, kind of flashed a little golden goose coin.
Okay.
And his name is
Lord Dryland.
Yeah, Lord Dryland.
You see Relenia kind of whispering in your ear each time.
I'm like the secretary or something.
Right. So as you do that, you see he kind of looks at that and he says, wow, better not be flashing that around very much, my friend.
Why? It's only illegal in Yartar.
There's some bad blood with the Grand Dame down here. A lot of pirates down here that kill anybody with one of those.
Well,
I elbow Stimble. The Grand Dane, that's the name of the ship.
hey, I know that.
Wow, you must have had it written down.
If you hadn't have said it, I wouldn't have remembered it.
He says, you're looking for Dryland?
Yeah, that, and I'm not, maybe I want to be a pirate.
That's another session. I don't think you'd be a very good pirate anyways. You're too short.
Well, there's no. I've seen short pirates before.
Only in the movies. No. Anyways, word is that he's gone back to Yartar.
Whoa! How do you know this?
Because you wanted to speak to me.
Ah.
I'm Ilivos. You hear a guy next to him kind of chokes on his drink a little bit.
Well, we heard he came here.
Yeah, he came here and then ripped off a bunch of the pirates here and went back. So, yeah.
Why did he rip off the pirates? What did he rip them off from?
Gambling. Seemed to have a die that he would throw, and we found out it wasn't really a real die.
What was it?
It was some magical die that kept landing on whatever he wanted.
Man, that's such BS.
Right? I couldn't believe it. What man cheats at a game of chance?
A rich man?
Well, a dead man, probably. So the word's out. Keep your eye out on the die. Anyways, he went back about 2 weeks ago. We've been watching the river ever since, looking for his boat. It's never come down, though.
Oh, so did the Grand Dane come up here?
Nah. It's only in Yartar. Been there for, 6 months, a year, something like that.
Oh, I love Yartar.
Your information's incorrect. It's in Yartar.
Well, I was just there a month ago and it was gone. It was there, but then it left.
I don't know what to tell you, my friend. Guess you're on your own.
Have you heard anything about this Kraken Society?
Yeah, I have, actually. I heard it comes in at night and steals all the kids from their beds. Right into this harbor right here. He points over his shoulder. Right in there. It comes in here and reaches its tentacles out and grabs kids and takes them out.
Oh, I can't stand kid thieves.
I know, right? That's what I thought too. But anyways, even the wizards here at Waterdeep can't keep it out. It's pretty amazing.
Can I tell if he's telling the truth?
Sure.
Hold on, I can't find my... Oh, there it is. My dice tower disappeared.
No problem. Yeah, even with the poor roll, it's pretty obvious that he's probably not telling the truth about the Kraken. Like, by the way, any more questions is 5 gold each. We don't run a free show here.
What are you showing?
Nothing right now. He kind of looks around and he says, anyways, if you find him, let me know, okay? He owes us some money.
I'm gonna pay him 5 gold and ask him a question.
All right. What question would you like to ask him?
How long have you been watching the mouth of the river?
He said, since he left.
And when was it he left again? A couple months ago?
Hasn't been that long. Month, maybe. 2 months. We got people in Goldenfields, Wamford, all along the river watching. Last I heard, his boat was still up in Yartar. He could be dead. A lot of people out there trying to kill him.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you. We know he didn't come down this way then. At least the Great Dane didn't.
True. By the way, don't let him lie to you. The octopus is real. He tells everybody it's not. I know it is.
Where? So if you took that, I'll pay him another 5 gold.
Okay.
So if you were commanding that ship and you took it somewhere out of Yartar but didn't go south, where would that fit? Where would that boat be able to go with its being as big as it is?
Silvery Moon, maybe? I don't know. It'd be pretty hard to get through those small rivers, though. Not really a whole lot of options.
If you were going to hide it, where would you hide it, do you think? Silvery Moon?
Probably cast a spell on it.
Ah, that's a good point. Thank you.
Yeah. Looks around. Anybody else want to give up their money for some questions?
Not me, but thank you.
What are y'all looking at?
Well, I don't know. What are we looking at?
I don't know. You're just standing there. Feels weird.
I need to find a place to buy jewels.
Buy jewels?
No, I was just saying that out loud. I'm not going to pay 5 gold.
Oh, I answered that one without.
You got a recommendation for diamonds?
Depends. You looking for like a good deal, or are you looking for, you know?
I'm looking for rough diamond for 250 to 400.
You looking for what again? I'm sorry.
A 500 gold piece diamond, but I'd like it at a discount. It doesn't have to be.
Just, go ahead and head over to Dawnlight's Carvings. She could probably help you out.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head over there, guys. Do you want me to meet you somewhere later?
I want to go.
Yeah, I'd like to swing by the one of the grand libraries here, because I seem to remember like a dream I had like a while back that was talking about the trackless sea. And I had the dream was about this sea creature, and it was pretty scary, and I'm pretty sure its name was Slackeril. So I kind of want to go and see if I could figure out, what that's about. It might be related to what we have to do, or maybe related to the Kraken Society. So I want to see if I could, if you guys are going to go to that other place, you can just, I don't know, meet me at the library in a bit.
Yeah, I could maybe go to the library and check out some books.
Sounds good.
I changed my hat.
Nice. I like it. You guys, all right, so you guys, I assume, walk out. You have like 5 days, I think you're waiting for your ship to come back, is that right?
Yep.
All right, gotcha. So,
Well, you guys know if we're heading back up to Yartar, we don't need to have the ship here. We can actually use the teleportation circle.
that is true.
Maybe we could send some back and have somebody wait for the ship. Or get another sending stone and talk to the ship.
I think there's a scroll.
I
Yeah,
think you just used
For
it.
sending.
I used it. I can probably train it, actually. I'll take a look.
Oh, okay. I thought there was an extra one in the coffer, the wooden coffer.
Oh, maybe there is. Oh, actually, there is. You're right. In that little wooden box.
Oh, yeah.
I can always use Animal Messenger if we need to.
Sounds good.
Yeah, did I lose the... I don't think I have the map up for you guys, that picture anymore, do I? You get it up. I forgot about that.
I'm gonna me and Relena are gonna head over to that stone shop. I got
Okay.
beer delivery in the middle, so I forget the name.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with Barry to the
Okay.
library.
That sounds good. So, as you guys go over to the gem shop, it was Dawn Lights Carvings, I believe was the name of it. You guys are able to go in, and you see you kind of open up the door, and as you open it, you see what appears to be a very thin, sort of yellow-haired cat kind of sitting behind the desk there, and you see her kind of working with some tools and kind of working on a gem and whatnot, and she kind of looks up and she says, "Hello?"
Wait, the cat is working on the gems?
Yeah, it's a tabaxi.
Oh,
Hello?
okay, so it's a cat person,
Yeah,
not a cat.
exactly. Not a cat.
There's
yeah.
a tabby cat sitting there
Right.
working on a gem.
Yeah, no, it's a tabaxi. So she's like, "Hello?"
Yeah, I'm looking for a spell component.
Oh.
Roughly a 500 GP size diamond.
Ah, yes. 1 second, and she kind of puts her stuff underneath, and she walks over, and as she does, she kind of flips a little switch that's on the on her thing, and you hear the door behind you locks, click, and all the windows you hear click, 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 and then she kind of pulls out this thing of gems that is all there, and she lays it out, and you see there's varying sizes of diamonds, from tiny little ones all the way up to very large diamond. She says, "You're looking for a 500, you said?"
Yeah, 500.
All right, and she kind of looks and she picks one up and kind of brings it up, and then she licks the top of it. Yep, this one's the 500. All right. She kind of puts it out there.
I'll check it out.
All right, so you kind of take a look at it, and it's wet on the top. However, looks like a diamond.
I'll lick it too with my lizard tongue. I'm gonna check it.
Nice. So you lick it, and it has sort of a kind of a fishy kind of taste to it.
I think you should look at like an ice cream cone.
So
She says, "Sorry, I just had some food earlier. It was good."
oh yeah, tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
I like fish. All right. So, do you have any deals going on? Any sales?
All of a sudden, you see her. She starts to. Oh my gosh! And she starts crying.
Oh, what's wrong?
I've had that diamond since I opened the shop. Nobody ever wanted it. Can't believe I'm selling it.
Well, if you've been holding on to inventory for that long, we should get a good deal, right?
But it's my favorite one.
Can we
Here.
have a different 500 gold piece one?
She looks at. She says, "Oh, well, that's a good idea." And she kind of quickly takes it out of your hand and puts it back in and closes it. And she goes over and opens up another one, and you see another whole thing of diamonds that are there. She's like, "Yeah, that's a great idea." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, here." And she picks one up and licks it again. Nope, she puts it down. She picks up another one, licks it. Yep, she hands it to you. There you go. That one will work. That's a great idea. What's your name?
My name's Relenia. What's yours?
Hi, Relenia. Nice to meet you. I'm Nyx.
I'll
I've
lick
never met anyone like you before.
I've never met anyone like. Well, I have actually met somebody like you before, but what do you mean? You mean a diamond jeweler manager?
No, part feline.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Are you saying that this is a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, I love all animals and people,
She jumps over and gives you a quick hug.
as long as they're good people.
So, oh, I'm great. I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I mean, it's yeah. I'm a good cat. I mean, tabaxi, of course. I mean, you know how it is. And she looks to Stig. She says, "How does that taste?"
Yeah, pretty good. Are you attached to this diamond also, or no?
She looks at that and she says, no, I don't think so."
I got an idea. I'll.
Okay.
I got a really nice 300 GP diamond.
Yeah.
I'll trade you that plus pay you 200 gold for this one.
She says, "Can I see it?"
Yeah, sure. So I'll pull out one of the three, the
All right.
nicest one I got.
She licks it. She goes, "Ugh, where is this from?"
Well, I keep it in my loincloth.
Ew. Wow, that's
I gotta be able to get to it fast.
She kind of hacks like she's hacking out a hairball. And then she's like, "Okay, sure."
Alright, so I'll give 200 GP.
All right. She takes your gold pieces and then she kind of steps back and puts the diamond in the same spot as the other one and kind of closes the lid on it and slides it behind the desk. As she does, she flicks the switch and you hear the doors unlock again and the windows. And then she kind of sits down and she starts working again on her gem as if not even paying attention to you.
Do you have a lot of problems with thieves or something?
She looks, she says, "Oh, hi, how are you?"
Hello.
"Hi, I'm Nyx."
Oh, nice to meet you, Nyx. I'm Relenia.
"Hi, Relenia, it's nice to meet you too. Are you here to buy something?"
We have a diamond that we'd like you to appraise for us.
Oh, I'd love to.
I kind of bump Stig's elbow. Hey, let her appraise this diamond
So she
that
says,
you just bought from her.
She throws a switch. You hear the doors lock and everything. She says, "Sure." She says, "Do you have it there?"
Yeah, here it is.
You show it to her and her eyes get big. She says, "Oh, it's my family's lost diamond. It's been gone forever. I can't believe you found it."
You just sold it to us.
"I did not. I don't sell diamonds. I sell rubies." She reaches down and she opens up a chest and you see there's rubies all in there. She's like, "I don't own any diamonds."
You've shown us two diamonds. One you said was your favorite diamond and you didn't want to sell it, and then you sold us this one, and my friend Stig here just gave you a diamond.
I think I know
that
quite
was
well what
worth
happened.
300.
I don't think so. I've never sold diamonds. I am a ruby seller, and nobody's been in my shop for 3 days, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I have
this
it
some-
written down in Evernote here, so I know it happened.
I don't think so. I think you are just crazy. She says, "Well, let me look at that diamond," and she sniffles. "Can't believe you have my diamond and you won't even give it back to me." She looks at it and she's like, "It's worth 600 gold. Okay, fine, here." She gives it back.
Alright, thanks. Can we go?
I can't believe it. She says, "And you're not even going to buy a ruby?"
Well, your rubies.
How much are your rubies?
I have this one, which is 100 gold, and I have that one, which is 500, and then that one right there, I can't give that one away because that was my mom's. What were we doing? Oh, selling rubies. Yeah, and this one right here, that one's 50 gold. And you see like a tiny little sliver of a ruby.
Do you maybe have any diamonds?
I don't know, maybe. And she kind of looks behind the shelf and she's looking. She comes back up. "I don't have any diamonds. You want to sell me yours? I can buy yours. I'll trade you.
No.
Trade.
No.
No,
No,
that's
I'm good. We're
Are you sure?
maybe.
gonna leave now, Nyx.
Okay.
You're gonna go? Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you. And she kind of puts the rubies behind the desk and flicks the switch, and she starts working again and working on her stuff.
As we leave, I'm gonna tell Elena, Tabaxis, I know you're new to them, but they get attached to things.
You hear her
Oh.
open the door. She says, "Wait, come back. And you close the door, I assume.
No, I'll walk back in.
She's like,
Yeah?
"Hey, hi, I'm Nyx. It's nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi, are you here to
do
buy
you sell-
emeralds?"
No, we have too many.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're
And
welcome.
I'll walk back out.
All right, sounds good.
She's kind of a few cans short of a six-pack, I wager.
Yeah. It's the mercury in the fish out here by Yartown.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, and then Meltner and Barry, you guys are going over to one of the libraries. It takes you a while to get there. You have to walk throughout town, get over to the Castle District. Waterdeep's a pretty big city, so you're finally able to get to one of the great libraries that are there, and are able to get inside. And Barry, you were looking for some books or some information?
specifically looking for information on the trackless sea and the kraken known as Slackerel.
Gotcha. So as you kind of come into the library, obviously the librarians are there, and they see both you and Melton walking in, and they don't really pay much mind initially, and then as you start kind of looking, kind of around the room, you see one of them comes up. He's a tall, older human, bald. He's got kind of a big, long, thick gray beard. He wears robes, and the robe's not on. Obviously the hood isn't up on the robe, and he comes over and he says, "What can I help you with?"
Hello.
Hi.
I am looking for some information on the trackless sea. Do you have any books specific about that?
Yes, we do. We have lots of them. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Yes, we've heard about this thing called the Kraken Society, and I've also heard about this thing called the Slackerel or Slackerel.
Is the Kraken Society still in existence, or is this old history?
Well, do you have recent information on it?
I'm not really a specialist in societies, cults, and groups, so I'm not sure I can help you with that. It depends on if you think it's old or new, and I can send you to the floor that has the history books or more current events.
Well, we know that it's old, but we'd like to find out if there's been any activity related to it recently also.
Well, I guess I would send you to the history section to kind of take a look, and he kind of starts walking through the library and walking you to a what looks like a large sort of circle on the floor. And as he sort of sits there, he kind of walks over, and you see he grabs this globe that's on a desk next to it, and he sort of turns the globe in his hand. He sort of rotates it clockwise, and you kind of hear a grumbling, kind of a rumbling sound, and the ground underneath you sort of shakes. And as it does, you see this circle kind of lifts up out of the ground, and as it does that, you see a 3/4 semicircle wall with an opening where you're standing kind of comes up, and it's almost like an elevator, but there's no door in the front. And he says, "Please come in, follow me." And he steps into this circle.
Okay, I'll follow him in.
All right. Melton, you going with her, I assume?
Yep, I'll go
All right.
in there.
So you guys step inside, and he just sort of stands there and kind of looks to you guys, and then looks outside and looks back at you guys.
Are we supposed to do something?
Oh, he says, "No, just give it a couple minutes." And all of a sudden you feel the ground sort of shake a little bit, and it slowly starts to descend down into the floor. You can kind of see the floor rising up over the entrance there. As you kind of get to the point where there's no light anymore, a small little continual light kind of opens up on the top of the ceiling there, kind of lights up and kind of throws some weird shadows, and you can see the wall and dirt kind of moving in front. And as it does, you reach a floor that feels to be much deeper into the library, and you kind of see the ceiling kind of continues to travel up, and you see lots of books and dusty stuff. And he kind of, once it lands to the floor that he wants, he walks out. He says, "Please," he points over to the left. "That's the east side of Faerun, and this is for the west." And he kind of guides you to the west. He said, "Any of those books will probably help you. I'm not sure which."
You don't have one? I mean, you can't, have any idea which one is specific about the Kraken Society? We just have to look through all of them?
He says, well, here, let me see if I can get Sai back down here, okay? And he probably can help you. This is definitely not my area. I'm more cultural, so no worries. And you see he reaches over to the desk and slightly turns the globe counterclockwise, and he gets into the tube, and after about a minute, the tube, he goes up. He says, "Oh, and no stealing any books," as he kind of goes up into the ceiling.
All right, while he's gone, I'm going to start looking for anything
Yeah.
that might be, cults and of the Kraken Society
Sounds-
or anything like
Sounds
that.
great. Why don't you give me an investigation roll there if you don't mind?
I'll help her, but I don't have investigation in one of my
No
things, though. Actually, I do, so she with advantage. Oh, what is your investigation there, Barry?
I think it's good, isn't it?
Nope, big
Oh.
ol' 0.
I got +7, so...
Oh, okay. All right. So both of you working together. Why don't you go ahead and roll then, Milton?
Can I give him guidance?
Yeah, sure you can.
Hold on, I'll drop it on you.
So, Melton, you kind of see some books that are there, and you open up one, and as you open it up, you're watching him, Barry, and he opens the book up, and at the top it says Kraken at the top of the page. Nice roll.
Nice.
Oh, this is a book that's got Kraken in it.
And so, as you kind of start to look through the book, you see that it does actually speak about the Kraken Society itself. The Trackless Sea, you recognize, has been recently kind of renamed, called the Sea of Swords, but it used to be called the Trackless Sea back when they weren't able to track it as well as they have in the recent history. So it's the sea that's immediately to the west of the Sword Coast. And so, and you kind of see, and there's quite a big, extensive kind of discussion about, people and whatnot. So, after about an hour or so of reading kind of the book, you do find out that the Kraken Society is after Sharkarel, who is a kraken that's essentially supposedly lived in the sea for since the beginning of time, and the society sort of worship them, and we're kind of believe that he's kind of the everlasting power and will bring the sea to all the lands. And if you worship him, you can essentially breathe underwater and do various things that make you almost more powerful than others. You do see that the Kraken Society was actually in play until about 400 years ago and hadn't been heard of since. However, the book states that there's been definitely different cults that have sort of followed the Kraken Society's beliefs, but these cults don't always go by the name Kraken Society, and they're not really known if it's really tied with the Kraken itself.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that we've learned anything new from this book. But I do know where the Trackless Sea is now.
Sorry. So the other thing is obviously in the book you kind of see what was written and whatnot. You do see that there's discussion about the Kraken, and the Kraken believes that it can rule independently and doesn't look for any help from anybody.
Well, that's very strange.
Well, I mean, we can take a look at the current section if you want, Melton.
Yeah, I'd like to find a book of jokes.
So the elevator comes down, and you see a very young woman who's elven, who's kind of coming down. She's also in similar robes to the older gentleman that brought you down here, and she walks in and she says, "Hello, I thought, yes, it must be you. Are you looking for something in particular in the history, cults, etc.?"
Well, we were looking for information on the Kraken Society, and what we found is that the last time that it's been heard of is 400 years ago, but we were really thinking that, there might be somebody trying to, I don't know, restart it, and we're just curious about it.
She says, "The Kraken Society.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I'll show her the book.
Yeah, you show it to her, and she says, I know the book very well.
Oh, do you know much about it then?
I don't, but somebody came asking about it just a few weeks ago.
Oh,
That's-
really?
That's why the book is there. I had it in the back. It was pretty dusty, and I brought it up to the front for them, and I guess I'd forgot to return it.
Well, that explains why it was so easy for us to like pick it out of all of these hundreds in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. They said they were more interested in finding out their enemies of the Kraken Society.
Do you know who it is, or who it was that?
I don't. I do know that that it was a female, and she had a purple dress that she wore.
Oh, I bet she was from Yartar.
Matter of fact, she did say something that she was heading to Yartar.
Looking for her name.
It's
Yeah,
Lady
Lady Adalia, I believe was her name.
She says, I don't really take names very often, but maybe the case. I'm not sure. Friends of yours, I assume?
I'll describe her.
She says, wow, that's her. You guys are friends, I see. Interesting. Can you let her know that I have more information for her whenever she returns?
Oh, we can pass
yeah.
it on. We can pass it along to her. We're going there to see her. So, what have you got for her?
Oh, could you let her know that it appears that the enemies of the Kraken Society actually were giants? It seems that these storm giants were the ones that were that ultimately defeated the Kraken Society. Under the leadership of, she's like, hang on, and she kind of pulls out what you see, kind of a scroll, and she kind of looks down. She says, oh yeah, Hekan, something like that.
Hecaton?
Yes, Hackathon, that's it.
I believe we've heard of that person, or that giant.
Do you study giants?
We've had dealings with them.
I have a wonderful section upstairs. It's a beautiful section. However, I'm always a little worried with all the giant activity that they may come and try to steal my books. But, we used to have a frost giant that used to visit every once in a while. Not in the library, but he would come to Waterdeep.
Oh yeah.
Big guy.
God, I can't remember anybody's name tonight.
Heklar.
Eklar? Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds right.
Hekaden?
Hekaden? No, I don't think it was Hekaden. Orknock? I don't remember. Orknock. I think that was his name. Seemed like a pretty nice guy. Anyways, do you want me to take you upstairs so you can see those books?
Harshnag.
Oh, that's right. It's
Harshnag.
Harshnag. Yes. That was his name. Nice guy. He used to scare everybody, but he's pretty good now.
No.
No?
Unfortunately, he met. He is no longer with us.
How do you know Harshnag?
We traveled with him for a while.
You see her kind of looks at you and she says, "What are your names?"
Well, we travel with this person named William Dorado. Have you ever heard of him?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is. Anybody else? I'm sorry, I'm Sai. It's nice to meet you. And you are... I'm Sai Page Turner. Jeez.
People call me Barry.
Hi, Barry. Nice to meet you. And you, sir?
Oh, my name is Melt.
Hi, Melton. I and you see that she kind of writes it down a little, writes some things down on her scroll, and kind of looks back, and she says, I'll add this to our logs that you worked with Harshnag. And where was Harshnag killed?
Oh, up at the spine of the world.
Okay. And she kind of writes it down. Fitting for a frost giant.
Indeed.
Yes, let me show you the way. And she kind of points to the elevator that's there. She looks to Melton. She says, "You'll have to leave that book here, though.
What book?
That book under your arm.
Well, I don't. What book are you? Oh, this thing.
That book. Yeah, can you put that back, please?"
Well, yeah, it's just I'll throw it down.
Oh, okay. And she kind of smiles. She says, "Thank you. I'll come back and get that later." She puts you in the elevator and takes you up to the main floor that's there. And she says, "Now, if you follow me, I'll be happy to show you a lot of these more, newer books that we have." And she kind of walks you over to a different section. Kind of looking through the books quickly. She's kind of going through because she knows it pretty well. And she says, "I don't have any information about a Kraken Society or anything kind of like that recently. Are you sure it was Kraken Society?"
Well, that's what we heard.
She says, "No, I don't have any other information, I don't think. I'm sorry."
What about big giant tentacle thing society?
She kind of looks at you and she says, "No, I've never heard of that either."
Giant sea monster society?
He looks through again. "Nope, I don't have that either."
Do you happen to know when Lady Adalia said she was going to be back this way?
She didn't. She said she was heading up to someplace. Oh, forgive me, I don't really much know outside of Waterdeep, to be honest, except for my books and whatnot, but somewhere north, near Tribor?
Maybe she was headed back to Yartar.
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
Well, we appreciate your help. Did you have any questions for her, Milton?
Well, do you know a guy named Perseus?
Perseus. Can you tell me what he looks like?
Yeah, kind of a medium-sized guy. He's got this pretty cool shield. He beat a Kraken once.
I don't know of a Perseus. Sorry.
And he also, he got a Medusa too.
Really? Well, Medusas are quite a few around, to be honest with you. Heard there was quite a few in the Underdark.
Oh, there's more than a few in the Underdark.
What I've heard. Mind Flayers, too, I heard down there. Ithalids, I think, is another name for them.
Yeah, well, anybody that sees a Medusa, they get stoned.
Good idea. She says, "Well, there's the door. Unless you have anything else you want to look for, please feel free. Otherwise, I can guide you around the library. Make sure that no books accidentally fall into your bags unintentionally."
Of course not.
Of course.
Well, Milton.
Yeah, I guess we need to go find Stig and that other person that makes short jokes.
The leaf eater.
The leaf eater.
The tree hugger.
So as you guys kind of come out of the building, you see Stig and Relenia are now walking up kind of towards the library area there. You guys were in there for quite some time.
What'd you guys find out?
Well, found out that Lady Adalia has been here doing some research on the Kraken Society enemies.
Wow. Is she still?
No. The librarian said that she was headed back up to the Tribor area, so I assume she was headed back to Yartar. Maybe. Yeah, that's the only thing. Other than that, the enemies of the Kraken Society were the Storm Giants, which, of course, were led by Hecaton.
They didn't. They didn't tell us any of that information.
Who?
The storm giants, when we talked to them.
Well, did we ask them specifically about the Kraken Society?
Yeah, I did.
Do you think that they were, like, keeping stuff from us then?
Well, I don't know, but I specifically brought up Skarkathel and the Kraken Society.
Maybe it was so long ago they had forgotten.
Well, if it was her father who beat the Kraken, you would think she would know about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Queen Sarissa.
Should we head to Yartar?
Well, I think that was where we were going to head next, but it's good to know that Lady Adelia might be back up that way.
I met a tabaxi.
How did that go?
She was really weird. She kept forgetting things.
I heard they have a short attention span.
Do we want to check in with the Lord's Alliance, or maybe I can see if there's anybody from the Emerald Enclave in Waterdeep?
Sure. What do you want to talk to them about?
See if they know anything about the society, or the Kraken Society, or the Grand Dame, or anything like that.
Which group would you guys like to look for first? I mean, the Lord's Alliance, you know, because you're based out of here, so you definitely could go there and chat with them if you wanted to. The Emerald Enclave, you guys haven't really communicated with them in Waterdeep before, so not exactly sure where they're at, but I'm sure if you ask around, you probably could find them pretty easily.
Do we want to go talk to the Lord's Alliance and see if they've heard anything about? I don't know if they'd know anything about the Kraken Society. They might not have any more recent information, but they might know about the boat. They might have heard something about the boat, the Grand Dame.
Sure, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's
right.
go see if we can find.
Yeah. You kind of go over to the kind of where the Lord's Alliance headquarters is there in Waterdeep, which obviously it's based there due to the fact that all the outlying cities are aligned with Waterdeep and the Lord's Alliance. So you kind of get in there and you see one of the people that you recognize that works there that you've worked with before, and you kind of see him, and he kind of looks over to you and says, "Hey, haven't seen you in a long time. Where you guys been?"
Oh, you wouldn't believe. We've been all over the place.
You recognize it's Rowan, is who it is. He's like, no kidding. Last I heard you were hunting for giant heads.
Yep, we've got a couple of them too.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice.
I think William sent some into town.
Nice. Where's that old guy?
He's holed up in Everland, I believe.
Yeah, he always was a wanderer. So, you guys got this whole thing figured out?
Not even close. We're wondering if Coneth is available.
Last I saw Coneth, he was upstairs. Let me check. Hang on one second. And he says, come on, you can come on up with me. Let's go.
Cool.
He kind of walks you guys up, and you come into kind of a large setting room there, and you see that Coneth is sitting there, and he's talking to somebody that you've not met before. And he's sort of has this appearance. He's kind of in kind of these sort of bigger robes, kind of animal robes that are there, or animal shawl, I guess it would be, with what looks like kind of a white fur, almost as if you would think of some animal from the north. And he quickly stands up and he says, nice to see you guys. He kind of points to his friend. He says, this is Seth Froststone from Bryn Shandar. He kind of nods to you, and he looks over and says to Kanault, who are these folks? He says, these are some people I sent down to Nightstone, and last I heard they were heading up to Wamford, I think, trying to figure out this giant stuff.
That's true. We made it to Wamford and headed up to Trivor and Yartar and even further north than that.
Huh. All of a sudden, you see the Seth kind of says, hey, what are you doing putting paint on me?
Save the animals.
What are you doing? he's like, stop that. Kanault looks and he says, who is this guy? Gal. Sorry, who is this girl? Sorry.
She's one of our traveling companions who's helped out a great deal.
Why would you insult this man? Not nice. Not nice. I know you were. I know. It's all good. You guys see that the paint kind of wipes off as he wipes off the hand off the furs, and he says, well, our giant problem is getting pretty bad.
Oh yeah, what have you heard?
Not what we've heard. They've been attacking Bryn Shandar for the last month or so. We've heard that they've got some giant king up there in the north, somewhere in the moving ice, and he's just beating up on us. He needs to stop. That's why I've been down here trying to see if we can get some help from Waterdeep. Lord's Alliance, come and give us a hand.
Seth says that?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
And Kanault says, yeah, we're stretched pretty thin. It's been pretty crazy lately, to be honest. They seem to be kind of upping their attacks.
Do you know the Giant King's name? Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Seth says, I'm from Bryn Shandar. The giant's name? Their leader?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course I do. It's just on this page. Because I forgot what his name is, to be honest with you. Give me a second.
Was it King Hecaton?
He says, nope, that wasn't it. Who the heck is it? Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, I just can't remember. I'll find it in a second.
Is it the Frost Giant King?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Thanks, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember it. That's terrible. Alright.
Stovald?
Yeah, that's it. No, I don't. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Sounds good. God. Sorry. Yeah, Storvald. Yep, Jarl Storvald. You're right. That's who it is. Oh, great job, Greg. And Kanault says, what can I help you guys with? What do you need?
Well, we're tracking down some leads, and we were wondering if you had might have some information.
Okay.
So we ran into some shady people in Yartar who ran this boat called the Grand Dame. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And they mentioned, and we tracked down some information about this thing called the Kraken Society.
Okay.
Just curious if you've heard anything about that. We did a little bit of research in one of the libraries here, but if you've heard any recent information about either of those things, and this person of interest called Lady Adalia and Lord Dryland.
He kind of looks behind. He says, Rowan, bring up Charlasta. He looks at her. He says, really? He's like, yeah. She's had enough time down in the brig. Bring her on up. And he's like, okay.
Oh, we know her. We know her. Was she from Charlaska? Was that her name?
Charlasta?
Is this the Zentarum gal from Barge-Right?
It was
Charlas.
gonna be. This is Charlasta's Storm Sword? I don't think so. Maybe I got the
okay.
names.
Someone else then.
All right,
Okay.
gotcha. Maybe I got the names doubled up or something, but I didn't meant to be if that's the case. So,
Okay.
and so it kind of brings up this female. It's a human. And you notice that she's got lots of scars kind of across her face and her arms, and she kind of walks up and she's sort of in some manacles there. And Quinault says, you could take off the manacles. And so you see Rowan does, and she rubs her wrist. And she says, bastard, what do you want? He's like, are you calmed down enough? Like, yeah, you took my ship, the Ravenous. Well, you can't be stealing things from people. Like, what do you want? He's like, these people have questions for you. And she looks at you. Says, what do you want?
Have you ever heard of the ship named the Grand Dame?
Never heard of it. It doesn't sail on the Sea of Swords, otherwise I'd know it.
Didn't at one point we know or had some information, or maybe Stig found this out when he was swimming, that there were like barnacles or that the ship was built to be seaworthy?
That's correct. You guys did find that out.
Okay.
She says, are you gonna let me get back to Neverwinter now? He's like, not yet.
Okay, so neither of these three people know anything about the Kraken Society?
She says, Kraken Society?
Is that Charlaska?
Yeah,
says
Charlasta.
that?
Like, what do you mean, the Kraken Society?
Well, we're looking for information about the Kraken Society.
You're not gonna find it here in Waterdeep, that's for sure.
Well, I thought it used to be based off the coast of Waterdeep.
Sure. Not anymore.
Do you know anything about the society?
Yeah, I do. A little bit. Gonna cost you, though.
I'm not sure if it looks like you're in the position to...
Because I want my ship back. I want to be let go. Quinault says, we'll see what your information is first, and then we'll decide whether you'll be let go. He says, I've heard of the Kraken Society. A small group. They were based out of Neverwinter for a while. Rumor is they have this sea creature that sort of helps them. I hear it controls minds.
How long ago was this?
Maybe a year ago or so. Haven't really seen them since. Rumor was they were stealing people off of out of the towns and off ships, making them jump in the water. As they dove in, they'd yell, "To the Kraken Society!" I don't know. Sounds good. We haven't seen him in a while. Rumor
Did
is
someone confront them, or did they just kind of
they
disappear?
disappeared. They disappeared.
When did that happen? When did they disappear?
About a year ago. 6 months, maybe. I never lost any of my sailors, though. They're too smart for that. I only get the good ones.
Stick, do you remember? Oh, wait, who talked to? Was it Melton? Did you talk to the people on the Grand Dame? How long was that? The Grand Dame in Yartar?
I don't know. Let me check my notes. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think I have anything on that.
Just curious if they came to Yartar about 6 months to a year ago.
That sounds about right, but I'm not sure.
Do you know, Sarlasta, do you know, can you sail a ship from Neverwinter to Yartar? A larger ship?
Nah. You'd have to come up probably the Desert River, probably.
Down here in Waterdeep, correct?
Yeah. I gotta tell you, though, who in the world would want to worship a kraken? Doesn't make any sense. Nobody's ever seen one and lived to tell about it.
We've had people tell us that the Kraken comes up into the bay here.
Sea stories. No truth. You only see the kraken when you're on the edge of the trackless sea. Out past Guntharlum. Way out there. Probably past the continual maelstrom, too.
You've heard of the Maelstrom?
Can't be a sea captain without knowing about the maelstrom. Steer clear, that's what I've always been told. See it on the horizon, you're done for.
What was the other place you said? Before the
Dundarlin?
Maelstrom?
Dundarlin?
Dundarlin?
Yeah.
Is that a set of islands, or is that a land?
Large
or?
island to the north. Directly west of Neverwinter. Travel goods there from time to time. Quinault looks at you guys and says, do you need to get out there? Do you need to get out into the Sea of Swords?
Well, why do you call it the Trackless Sea?
Only landlubbers call it the Sea of Swords. Anybody that's on the waters calls it the Trackless Sea. Difficult to track when you get out far enough. There's no landmarks. You know, it gets cloudy, the stars are obscured, it's hard to find your way.
Ah, I understand. Do we want to ask anything about missing King Hecatan?
You can ask.
Do you guys know anything about the king of the Storm Giants?
Quinault says, I haven't heard of any killing of storm giants. They seem to be pretty on their own. Nobody really around them. They don't typically come to shore. We've had some hill giant heads and a few stone giants. Not very many fire giants, and yet to get a cloud giant head, but we're working on it.
Now, wasn't the queen actually killed at the Red Rocks?
Is it the Queen of the Storm Giants?
That's out of character. That was I'm asking.
Oh, yes, that's
party. And who was it? You, Stig, who witnessed that, or something like that?
No, I witnessed something else. The kids had crashed a boat, and they brought the humans to shore, and I saved the humans.
Oh, okay.
The Ma was still alive, or the Queen.
Oh, at that time the Queen was?
Yeah, she was still alive at that time. I talked to her.
How did we find out that she was killed there? Did
I think her daughter,
the one
Sarissa, told her.
Sarissa told us?
Yeah, I think so. Or you guys were accused of killing her, I think, and that's how you found out.
Oh, okay, yeah. We heard that just recently a storm giant was killed just north of here, up in the Red Rocks.
Ah, good. Another giant dead. Mark that on the list.
I thought you just said that the storm giants weren't a problem for you.
Well, any dead giant's a good giant, so mark it on the list. That's good to know. One less one to deal with. You guys didn't bring the head, did you? 500 gold for that head.
Have you ever seen a giant head? Do you know how hard it is to transport those things?
Not yet.
Well, we've managed to take a couple of heads, and it is just not feasible to drag those things back.
Yeah, I don't think we thought of that when we made that bounty. We did like a giant fingernail or something. Giant eye, maybe. I don't know. So where are you off to now?
Well, I think that's what we need to discuss, but I think we're headed back to the north a bit.
Charlasta says, "Don't I get to be released?" Kanault looks at her and he says, "No. Send her back down." She's like, "You gotta be. You really?" And he puts the manacles back on and down she goes. She's like, I
kind of just tell Conith, I guess. I think she had some good information for us, if that helps her at all.
He says, yeah, she had some good information. We're going to wait until we can use her, though. Once we have a reason to let her go, then we'll do that if she's able to complete a task. So, down to the brig she goes. She'll be fine. We treat her well. Mostly.
Yeah, so at this point, I don't know do we head to Yartar or do we go check about the frost giants up in Bryn Shander?
That's a long trek.
We kind of already know what the Giants are doing as far as the ordering. I think our main quest is to find the killer of the Queen and where King Hecaton is. For the princess or new acting queen.
Sarissa?
Her daughter, I mean.
So, are we asking the wrong questions then? If we're going to try to track down who killed or who is holding or kidnapped or whatever Hecaton? Because what I'm thinking has happened, if Lady Adalia is looking for the enemies of the Kraken Society, and we know that their enemies are the Storm Giants, and do we think that the Kraken Society has either killed him or kidnapped him. I don't know why they'd kidnap him. Probably just killed him.
Well, apparently he was the one who brought down the society originally, right? So maybe if they're making a resurgence or whatever, they went after him. Take out the leader of your enemy type of thing. Maybe we should head up to Neverwinter and ask some more information about the Kraken Society before we head over to Yartar.
So go into Neverwinter because Shalasta said that they had congregated up there.
Yeah, 6 months to a year ago. Nobody else seems to know anything about the society. This is the only lead other than Yartar.
Well, we just assumed that Adalia went back to Yartar because the librarian said that she was going north, but she didn't know for sure.
Yeah, but didn't the Ilivos say that Lord Dryland headed back up to Yartar also?
Yeah, he did.
Sounds like all roads lead to Yartard. And the Clown Giants are there too. And so is William.
Oh, right, the Cloud Giant.
Well, I'm just wondering if we should go to if we should go to Neverwinter first and just look for any additional information before we head to Yartar.
Well, how do we get there?
We can teleportation circle there also. We can go from here to Neverwinter and then from Neverwinter to Yartar.
Is that what we're gonna do? I mean, this sounds like a plan.
I'm for heading. If the Cloud Giants go there and tear it up, maybe they'll leave. I just more information we'll get on them.
You broke up at the beginning. Did you say go to Neverwinter?
Oh no, I said I'm for going to Yartar. I'm afraid the Cloud Giants, if they attack, maybe they'll scare the Lord off, and then I don't know how much more information we'll get in Neverwinter. But if the group wants to go to Neverwinter, I'm fine with that too.
Well, if we think that the Kraken Society kidnapped Hecaton, then finding out more information about the Kraken Society would be beneficial, I would think.
I think we
And-
need to just snag him and hold him down and torture him until he tells us. That's what I think.
Lord Dryland?
Yeah.
Well, Relenia will go whichever way you guys want to. She's not a clever detective, so...
Well, I say we go to Yartar.
Alright, well, Yartar it is.
Alrighty. I remember we talked about the circles. Does anybody have notes on the water deep circle?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure somebody had notes to get there.
Yeah, it's in the City of Dead, and we need to talk to Thespa.
Okay. All right, gotcha. And I may or may not have passed along, but it's probably important. You need to find a crypt with the name of Myrna on it.
Right, yeah, I've got that
Okay,
actually.
good. All right, good. I just want to make sure you had that. So. Connalt kind of looks and says, anything else I can help with before we figure out this Bryn Shandar issue?
No,
All right.
but we're headed kind of north, So if there's some way that you can get a message to us to let us know what's going on with that, if things clear up, maybe we can head that way and help out.
Sure, I'll send out a sending spell to you guys or something, and we'll get something figured out.
Okay, that sounds good.
Excellent. Good to see you. Stay safe out there. Kill giants. He kind of sits
That's what
back
we
there.
do best.
I've heard. Nice job with the hill giants. He kind of sits back down, and they do, and Rowan kind of walks you back downstairs, and he says, "I'm really impressed. You guys have killed a lot. That's awesome. Good job. I wish I could kill one too, but my leg." And you look down, his leg's all kind of smaller than the other leg, and he walks with a limp, and I just can't move.
No, it's okay.
Someday, maybe I'll get a healing, enough money to get this healed. So you guys leave the area there, head over to the City of Dead.
Yep.
Okay. So the City of Dead is kind of the cemetery area of Waterdeep. Interesting place, since none of you have been here before. During the day, as you walk in, you see there's beautiful trees and very well manicured grass that's throughout there. You do see various crypts that are spread out throughout. It's probably the size of a small city or a small town, to be honest with you. It's a pretty big space. And you see there's people sitting down and kind of having lunch, and you see kids kind of playing and throwing a ball around inside the area there, almost as if it's kind of like a park. As you continue to walk through and walk around, after about 3 hours of looking at crypts and whatnot, you find a large crypt that has 2 levels on it, and you see the names of various people that are entombed in the crypt on the side, and you are able to find the name Myrna inscribed on the side of it.
Have you worked one of these before, Relania?
No, I've never seen any of them. I just take notes. I guess we need to find someone named Myrna. Is she like the crypt keeper?
I assume you go.
Or excuse me. We found the crypt of Myrna. We need to find Thespa. So I kind of look around. Is there anybody attending this crypt?
Yeah, you don't see anybody on the outside. Inside, it's about a 50-foot by 30-foot crypt. It does have 2 stories, and you do see there's a stone stairway kind of at the far end of the crypt.
Where is the entire crypt for Myrna, or is this like a building that has a whole bunch of crypts in
Correct.
it?
That's exactly right. A building with a whole bunch of crypts inside, and you see a list of the names of all the people that are entombed on the outside of the crypt itself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll walk around until we find Myrna's actual crypt.
Right. So as you walk through, you kind of walk in the downstairs or the down part, and you see lots of crypts that are there. However, you don't see the name Myrna. You go up to the top, and at the top of the steps, you see a large stone statue that is standing in front of one of the crypts. At the far end of the hall.
Does it have a name or anything on it?
So when you walk down there, you do see that this stone statue is standing above a sarcophagus that says Myrna.
Well, it looks like this is Myrna's crypt. Is there anything else that we've got to do? Like, I'll take a look at it and see if I can figure out if there's like a way to open it or whatever.
Okay. Were you saying that to the group or just asking in general? I'm sorry.
I was saying it to the group.
As you say the name Myrna, you see that the sarcophagus opens, and you see steps leading down. inside the sarcophagus.
Back down to the first level?
It actually looks like it goes into the next crypt and then maybe goes under the ground. Like a lot of false crypts are probably there actually, and there may not be any other bodies or any bodies in here.
So, Myrna was like the secret word to get in?
Yes.
Ha! I knew that.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the statue actually lifted the lid off. I didn't tell you that, but the statue reached over, lifted the lid off.
Maybe Thespa's down below.
Is it dark down there?
It's magically lit with ever-burning light along the sides, and the light bears a green glow to it.
Okay. I'll walk through.
Okay. So as you kind of walk down the steps, you continue down probably about 20 feet or so. And as you get down to the bottom, there's a room. It's about maybe 20 feet in diameter. It's a circular room. You see a lot of archaic runes kind of carved on the floor. And you see there's a small alcove off to the north. And it has a desk, a cot, and a chair. And you see a very pale, sort of small human female who sort of stands up, and as she does, she kind of rubs against her bright red robes that she's wearing, and she looks and she says, "Hello." And you know she has a large amulet around her neck, almost as big as the entire chest, and around it has a symbol of what looks like a shield on it.
Does it look like Stig's shield?
It doesn't. It just looks like kind of like a buckler type of shield that's on the front of it.
Hello.
Hi.
Is your name Thespa?
Thestral. Close. Yeah. Harper's, I assume. Otherwise you wouldn't find it.
We're friends of the Harpers.
Ah, great. Where are we going today?
We're going to Yartar.
Ah, excellent. Yartar. And you see she takes chalk and she starts carving some runes on the circle as she kind of goes around each circle, kind of carving. She says, please step inside.
Real quick, before we depart on our trip, do you know information on how to access the teleportation circle in Neverwinter or Loudwater?
She says, yes. Haven't you been there before?
Well, we've never been there. Crowan...
Is this your first teleportation? Oh my goodness, you are
yes.
so lucky. Wow. Boy, it has this really weird feeling. You'll see like these bright stars and everything kind of shimmers around you. It'll be okay. It can be a little nerve-wracking in the beginning.
We're not going to get duplicated and destroyed, are we?
No. This is not a void
so
circle.
we'll be a copy of ourselves?
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I promise. You were asking about Neverwinter?
Yes, Crowan Valharrow gave us the information about the teleportation circles, and he gave us the information about all of them except for the ones for Neverwinter and Loudwater.
Sure.
So I was wondering if you had any information on where to find them and who we need to talk to.
Yeah. So the Neverwinter one, you're going to need to find the old 3-story row house right along the docks. And you're going to ask for Sandise, Thunderquill. Very nice lady. She's doing some training up there. But anyway, so just go into the house and ask for her. She'll be able to help you. And then the Loudwater, you got to find the Smiling Satyr, or Satyr, however you say it. The tavern. And when you get there, just ask for Revel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Are you guys ready? She's kind of half stopped, kind of drawing the last rune on the floor.
Unless any of you guys have any questions.
I do not.
No, I'm good.
She's like,
All
step
I'm
in,
ready.
please.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Why is the sky blue?
I've never seen the sky.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
She goes, okay. And as you step into the circle, she makes the last little mark, and you sort of get that same feeling that you had with the conch when you guys went out to the Maelstrom. And suddenly you arrive, and as you do, you kind of come out in this sort of garden patio Yeah, it's has about it's about 40-foot square, and there's 8-foot walls kind of all the way around, and they're ivory covered. You see, it's connected to a villa that looks dilapidated and sort of kind of in a almost like a misuse. There's broken benches and weed-infested flower beds that are there, and you see sort of an older male gentleman sitting on a bench there, and he sort of kind of wakens up and he goes, What are you doing here?
Hello. Is your name Kobaz?
Yeah?
Oh, hey.
Hi.
We just came from Waterdeep.
Oh, always the Waterdeepians coming, or Waterhavians coming to Yartar. They want to see the big sights.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, when you want to come back, just make sure that you knock on the door, make sure nobody's behind you, okay?
Sounds
Okay.
good. We'll remember.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, do you know if the Grand Dame's in port?
Grand Dame's always in port. Never leaves. Well, except for its tours at night. Why? Are you one of those hootie tooties? Goes over there, do a little gambling? You got a lot
Do
of
we
coin?
look like we're hootie tooties?
You got some nice stuff, that's for sure. I wish I had some hootie tootie money.
It was gone for a while, and we got some business there.
That's back. You know, all the Waterhavians have been coming in. Got to go to the Grand Dame, you know, these Harpers, I tell you.
So, do we want to check in with anybody here, or do we want to just go to the Grand Dame?
Well, what's the plan? We're going to assault Lord Dryland, hold him down until he tells us everything about the Kraken Society.
Well, maybe he'll just be intimidated and just tell us. I'm not sure.
We let Stig beat it out of him with his tail.
Do we want to? I mean, we could go see Nestra, the Water Baron lady, and it wasn't your friend Scimitar Sally, her bodyguard or something.
Yeah.
To see if they have any additional information about Lady Italia, or are we just gonna go straight for the boat?
What kind of information are we looking for?
Just if they had seen either Lord Dryland or Lady Italia come back into town, if they know if anything's changed here in town. Did the Cloud Giant show up? You know, just what's been going on for the last, I don't know, 2 months or however long we've been gone. Are people still being turned into eggs? I think we took care of that problem.
We did.
It doesn't matter to me. It's up to you guys.
What time of day is it?
It's going to be pretty close to evening. Probably 5-6 o'clock or so. You guys spent quite a bit of time in Everwinter.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we need to figure out, this is out of character, we need to figure out what we're trying to accomplish here. So we can go talk to the Water Baron, I guess. But what is, what are we trying to accomplish in this city?
Trying to find the connection between the coin and the death of the queen and the missing king. For the giants. Plus we got some unfinished business with that
thingy thing up in the sewers.
I think we chased that thing off.
Usith.
Usith, yep.
Now, my notes are kind of stuck together here. Was Usith actually Skarkathel? Or how does Usith relate to Skarkathel?
We don't even know if it does.
Well, my notes are under Usith in my notes is where my Skarkathel notes are. So somehow we got the information either from Usith. Well, we had to have gotten the information from Usith about Skarkathel.
No. Wasn't Uthith the thing, or Usith the thing that we fought in the sewers?
Yeah,
But we didn't talk to it, did we?
I don't recall.
Yeah, so you guys didn't talk to her, but if you remember Lady Italia, you guys had kind of abducted her in kind of a back alley prior to going into the sewers, and she had, I think, said something to the effect of she initially started working for him and then sort of got under his powers and whatnot, and it may have been from that you had gotten it. Because I don't know if Usith had said, maybe he did, I don't remember off the top of my head how that came to you guys, but I know that there was that where she had said that. She was, because you guys had asked her why she was stealing all these nobles, and she's like, well, he, threatened me and told me that I had to do this and to save her own skin kind of thing.
Well, I had a note here that said Lord Artan Desire was the first to be kidnapped and would be able to help Usith with his power. And so it came about that Lady Italia was the reason Usith wanted these nobles was to help him with his power. Now, I don't know if that meant like ruling power of the area, or because we did find out that all the people that she had kidnapped were of prominent families that had to do with shipping and barge building and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Timothy Salzburg was the other one who was kidnapped, and his family runs the shipping business down to Womford. And then Jacob Dawnflower, who was actually the hand of Yartar, and my note's broken on that one, but his family was into something, and I know it had something to do with the shipping and the waterways and things like that. I also have a note that Scimitar Sally had tried to recruit Lady Italia about a month before we talked to her originally.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Do we want to head to the ship and just see if we can catch sight of Lady Italia? Of course, if she sees us, she's going to run, right?
Yeah, I'd say maybe ask Mountain to disguise and go on there.
Yeah, she was able to see through my disguise.
She can see through it.
All right, then we just attack
Unless,
the boat.
unless since Usith gone,
we
know,
can
did
get
she
all
lose
the
her powers?
information in the world, but at some point we're gonna have to put a boot on somebody's throat. So I'd say we just go put that boot on there.
But Stig, you don't wear boots.
Ah, darn it! I need lizard boots.
Lizard skin boots?
Yeah. Actually, lizard folk would be into that, I guess, because after they're dead, they're
That's
just
true.
food. So, yeah, lizard skin boots.
Okay, want to do some recon then?
Oh, wait. So Lady Italia wouldn't be on the boat because Pao Ming, who is the female who runs the everyday operations of the boat, told us that Lady Italia had been cheating on the boat. And maybe, I don't know, how did we associate Lady Italia with Lord Dryland? I mean, they might not be working together.
Well, I figure we can interrogate him with Stig's boot and we'll figure it out.
Wizard skin.
So are we going in looking for Lord Dryland or Lady Italia?
Yeah, we'll look for both, and whichever one pops up first, then we'll whack a mole.
Well, I just worry if Lady Italia sees us, she's out of here. She's gone. She'll see us before we see her, probably.
That means we'll talk to Lord Dryland first, then.
All right, lead on.
Hey, Melton, do you think she saw through your disguise because it was magical? What if we went old school, like paint and
No,
wood
she
legs
saw
or
through.
something?
She saw through mine too, because I was a rat or a mouse or something, and she saw through mine.
Yours was magical too, right?
Well, that's innate, so I don't know. I don't know what that means.
If we got like makeup and a wig. Yeah.
Well, did you even have the hat of disguise at that time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can put the hat on, but I could cast non-detection on myself, and they can't use divination magic to figure me out.
That's a good one. Probably work.
All right, sounds good. Let's get back to where we were. So we were in the courtyard discussing about where we were going, and it sounded like you guys were heading to the Grand Dame, I think was what the plan was.
We are.
All right. So as you progress through the city, you come back into the docks area there again. You do see the Grand Dame is definitely sitting there at the dock. You also notice that there's a long line of nobles that are waiting to get on the boat, just as it looked the previous time that you were here. You do see that the captain is standing at the end of the line, going down the list as was expected. You don't see Pao Ming anywhere, however. And you notice that several nobles that you had seen on the boat before are here again.
Yeah, I gotta I'm gonna get a disguise before we go up there.
Okay.
Who am I gonna be? We'll figure it out soon. Go ahead, and Greg, and I'll figure out who I'm gonna be.
Okay. It's up to you all what you'd like to do at this point. So
I'm gonna put my noble clothes on
you remember.
before we get up there.
All right.
My noble loincloth.
Sounds good. As you guys are getting dressed and whatnot, you see that the line continues to get a little bit shorter and shorter yet.
I am as an elf now.
Okay.
Leonda Longleaf.
Beyond Longleaf. And you mentioned you were going to cast non-detection on yourself, is that right?
I am.
Okay.
I tell about you. You know, kind of go separate from me.
I'm a lizard folk.
Oh, well.
They'll find me out quick.
Tuck your tail up there someplace.
All right. I'll wrap it around front.
Alrighty.
Okay, I go up there. I'm like, yeah, to get on the boat.
Okay. You see the captain is there again. Nelvin, I believe his name was, if I remember correctly. Nelvin Storn. And he's kind of going down the list, and he looks and he says, name?
Leon Longleaf.
He looks down the list. I don't see you on the list.
Ah, you don't need me on the list. My money pays well.
Oh, really? And how much you looking to pay to get on the boat?
I'll drop a platinum piece in his hand.
He takes it. He says, "Oh, I missed your name. I am so sorry. It's right here.
Yes.
Please deposit any weapons in this box."
And my retainers. They'll be accompanying me.
Okay. How many?
3.
3. Okay. 3. He writes. You see, he writes down the number 3. Weapons in the box, please.
Right, I'll drop everything in there.
Alrighty.
All right. Put my stuff in there.
Okay.
Mel's not giving up his weapons. So I don't know if what you want me to roll.
I guess sleight of hand to make sure you can hide it. I don't know. Sound good?
Okay.
Probably your best roll.
It is a plus 11.
I know, but when you roll low single digits, let me see what his
Oh, lordy.
his perception
It-
is.
Is insight perception?
I'll throw guidance on him.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, he doesn't have a great perception, actually. Okay. Whoops, that's Pao Ming. Wrong one, but that's okay. So she or he says okay, and then kind of ushers the rest of you through. He doesn't really notice Stig or Barry or Relenia. He doesn't really pay much attention to you as you walk by. And you guys walk up into the boat. It's very similar to before. You walk up the gangplank. You see Pao Ming is up there at the top, walking along the edges. Whoops, I forgot to share this again. I apologize. And you see that she's kind of milling about, kind of taking in saying hello to everybody as they walk in and whatnot. And she sees Leonan kind of walk on. She hands you a drink. There's a bartender standing behind her with a plate full of drinks and nice crystal glass. And she sees Stig, I guess, would be the next one walking in. Is that right? Or whoever. She
Sure.
hands you the glass and she says, "Hello again."
Hello. I got a new. I got hired on as a bodyguard for a new guy here.
Really? Belton Mingles? Where's he?
Last I heard, Waterdeep, I think.
Really? Interesting. Well, come on aboard. I see you have a couple of your friends. Well, they're human. He's missing.
Oh, yeah, he's working on building something and couldn't make it.
Ah, well, I guess that's the way it goes, isn't it? Please, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Because hopefully your friend doesn't do as well as the last one did. All right. The rest of you walk on. She says hello to all of you. You walk into the Golden Goose Casino region, and as you do, you see players are now sitting down playing games again. However, this time you see that there's no dice games here.
Oh, what kind of games are there now?
They're all playing chess.
Chess.
Do I see what's the lady in purple?
You don't see a lady in purple. You do see a very interesting guy, a gentleman kind of going about milling, kind of talking to certain people and whatnot. And he has what appears to be what looks like an octopus kind of wrapped around his shoulders. And everybody's kind of talking back and forth to him and being pretty friendly, but he's definitely out of place.
Is he short and fat?
He is short and fat.
I think that's Lord Dryland. Does he match the picture that's up on the wall?
You look on the wall and it's the exact same person.
Yeah, that's Lord Dryland.
Ah, when he gets Stig to get his boots out.
Is the octopus alive?
It is.
Do you want to talk to him first?
Yeah, maybe we can get him alone.
Maybe I could convince him to we'll go to a private area to play some dragon chess.
You suddenly feel the boat lurch as the boat starts to leave the dock.
I just mill about and see if Lord Drylands happens to sit down any place.
He's kind of going from table to table, encouraging people's game and talking to people that it appears that he knows and whatnot. He looks to your group and kind of looks back down and continues to mill about.
I guess I'll sit down at one of the tables there, and I do have some golden gooses, so go to play a game of chess.
Alrighty, sounds good. So you sit down and start to play your game of chess. And as you're kind of playing the game, the rest of the party, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna head out and see which way we're going up the river.
Okay. So you kind of walk out on the outside of the ledge there. You do see that the boat is now turning north and heading north, very similar to what it did the last time you were on it. You see people kind of walking along, drinking champagne, and you see what looks to you now that you're a very experienced adventurer, somebody casting some cantrips that's putting kind of a light show off the side of the bow, and people are oohing and eyeing and clapping. And
I just stand by Melton, since we're his hired bodyguard.
all right, sounds good.
And I'm keeping an eye on the Dryland guy.
Okay.
So he's just wandering around down here.
Yeah, kind of wandering through. I can actually grab a token. So he's kind of just milling about, kind of talking to some people. Appears to be trying to be very friendly. Just randomly just chatting.
I'm gonna excuse myself and go find the ladies' room, and then I'm going to cast Speak with Animals as a ritual while I'm in there.
Okay, sounds good.
And to disguise what I'm doing, I'll do a lot of grunting while I'm in there.
It sounds good. You remember the ladies' room is upstairs.
Okay.
I think we.
Who does number 2 work for?
So interesting. So you see him kind of milling about, and he kind of comes over and kind of walking towards Leonand and obviously the person that you're at the table with. Stig, you kind of walk along the boat. You see that the dining area is busy again. There's people in there eating. You see that there's workers that are kind of passing out food and whatnot. But you don't see anybody at this point that looks like Lady Italia.
Okay.
All right. Suddenly, Lord Dryland comes over and puts his hand on the shoulder of the person you're playing, and he says, "Adora, Moonsky, you haven't been on the boat in a long time." And you see the gentleman stands up. He says, "Well, Lord Dryland, I heard you were back. It's good to have you. I decided that it was time to give you some of my money." And they kind of chuckle back and forth, and He's like, who you playing here today? He's like, I don't know, just some elf sat down.
Is that the table I'm at?
Yeah, it is.
I introduce myself. My name is Leonin Longleaf.
Ah, Longleaf, where are you from?
The High Forest.
Ah, High Forest. You don't see many of these here, do you? And he kind of picks up one of the octopus's tentacles and kind of waves it at you. He's like, you probably don't even know what this is, do you?
Well, it's a squirrel.
Ah,
An
interesting.
8-legged squirrel.
Yeah. yeah, you've definitely never been to the ocean before. This is an octopus. It's like, it can come out of the water for a while, but not too long. I'll have to go put it back in its aquarium pretty soon.
Oh, so why you tote an octopus around?
Everybody needs a pet, right? You have you have an interesting friend here, and he kind of bows down to Barry. He says, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
He kind of holds out his hand and puts his hand out to you as if to kind of place your hand inside his.
I'll shake his hand.
He does, and as you do, he brings it up to his lips and gives it a quick kiss. Says, very nice. Are you two a couple?
No. I support Mr. Longleaf.
Oh,
She works for me.
really? Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, she's my washer lady, and she also is a security guard.
Ah. Interesting. Security for what, may I ask? There's nothing to fear on this boat. There's no weapons.
You never know. Some people that has lethal weapons at just their hands.
Ah,
Have you ever seen those dastardly monks? They're like ninjas.
never seen one. Well, it was great chatting with you. If you have any desire, please enjoy the food. It's in the other room if you haven't been there yet. And, make sure that you play lots of money. I hope, that we can partake in some of your cash. He kind of nods and starts to walk away. For Relenia, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm sorry, Barry, you're going to say something?
Is there anything about him that would lead me to believe that he's a magic user?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't have anything. Looks like a spell pouch that you can see. He seems to be kind of more of a rough and tumble kind of guy. Definitely doesn't give you that impression of a magic user.
Okay. I was just wondering if the octopus was familiar.
Yeah. So it's been about 10 minutes
you
for
don't
your
have to be a
spellcast.
spellcaster to have a familiar, though, right?
You don't have to be. Pao Ming is standing at the golden goose table with all the coins again.
Yeah, I kind of need him to be talking to somebody else for me to talk to that octopus.
No problem. So Stig, you see Lord Dryland standing there, and he sees you walk out. He says, "Oh my gosh, how did you get on board?"
Part of a detail protecting Leonand.
You see, he kind of turns his head back and looks back at Leonand, and he says, 2 bodyguards for 1 person? Interesting. Where's he from?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
He says,
I think the Underdark.
the Underdark. He said the High Forest. There's no nobles in the High Forest. Like, they don't care about money. What town is he from? That's what I want to know. You haven't learned anything? Did you meet him here?
I was curious if Lady Italia was here. I seen her last time I was here, and I was able to talk to her, but I don't see her now. She was playing chess for a long time.
When did you see her?
2 months ago? Maybe she got in trouble. She had some friends in low places.
I got friends. Um, hmm. Well, I haven't seen her.
Oh, was she having that cart made for you? I ran into a guy crafting a purple cart with Katoa on it.
Really?
Yeah, I was curious if that was your cart.
Boy, I don't know much about carts, just boats. Hey, it was nice to meet you. And he starts to walk away.
While he was talking to Stig, I discreetly asked the octopus if he is the Lord's pet.
The octopus says, he thinks I'm his pet. Someday I'll squish his neck.
Are you friends of a kraken? Do you know of a kraken?
Kraken? I don't know a kraken. What's a kraken? Oh, a kraken. Never seen one. Stig, you see that he kind of turns and looks at you, and he kind of looks over to Pao Ming and kind of nods his head a little bit. And you see she kind of walks over, and they kind of stand next to each other, and he just sort of whispers something, and she looks over his shoulder over at you, and then looks back to him, and then he just continues to talk with people around the area.
What'd you find out, Relena?
Just that the octopus is his pet, but it doesn't seem like he wants to be, and it's never met or seen a kraken. So not much.
He got weird when I mentioned the cart with the Katoa on it.
I go over to Melton. Hey,
Okay.
Melton, can you do some kind of cause some kind of ruckus where you can knock the octopus off of Lord Dryland's neck and kind of take it and hide it?
Oh, well, snatching it off his neck, that's doable, but I don't know if I can take it and hide it.
Well, like, if we could get it to where it's knocked under a table or something, and then he has to pick it up.
Yeah, I've got an idea. Hey, can I tell what Pao Ming's casting?
If you give me an Arcana check. All right, as you're doing that, you see Barry kind of walks over towards her and kind of stumbles over a chair. Yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to tell what Pao is casting.
Okay,
Barry,
and
oh, go ahead.
I will cast Mage Hand, whisper it, and do a little hand movement up under the table.
Alrighty, Barry.
Try to do it slickly,
Sure.
stealthily.
Sorry, Barry, and you were stumbling into her.
Yeah, to see if I could disrupt what she's doing.
Gotcha. Okay, alrighty. You see, she says, "What? What's? You are clumsy."
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I kind of like pat her down to see if I can feel like any like pouches or whatever.
Alrighty, gotcha. And Leonan, you're doing sleight of hand for what again? I forgot.
Mage hand, I think he was doing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure what he was doing with his mage hand.
Oh, I was going to grab the octopus
Okay.
and throw it down Pao Ming's dress.
Wow. Alrighty. Okay. So. let's see.
Like, I'm going to make it look like it jumped off this thing and right at Pao Ming.
All right. How much can a mage hand lift?
10 pounds.
Okay. I'll check and see how much it weighs.
I assume if he's wearing it around his neck, it's not too heavy.
Yeah, shouldn't be too heavy.
I tell the octopus right before that happens to slither away to freedom.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So you are able to grab that, and the octopus kind of goes flying across the room and hits Pao Ming. She has a kind of a robe that's kind of wrapped around, and she says, "What?" Gets hit with it, splat, kind of sticks on her, and then kind of slides down. And she's like, "What in the world?"
I'm gonna try and grab the octopus.
Okay, all right, gotcha. Go ahead and give me I guess an athletics. I guess would be the best thing.
I'll kind of dive under one of the tables that are close by that neither of them are looking for, and I'll combat wild shape into an octopus.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, as Stig kind of grabs onto it, you're gonna transfer into one. So you get underneath the table. Why don't you give me a stealth roll? Pao Ming's like, "What is going on?" And you see her kind of backing up. She's like, "Ugh, Lord."
I'll get the octopus. 1 second.
All right, ooh, nice roll. So you kind of get under the table and wild shape into an octopus, and you see kind of the tables kind of all are sort of everybody's looking this way, and sort of a large commotion is now ongoing here where everybody's kind of talking back and forth and whatnot. Well, it says giant octopus, but we'll make it a octopus. And
Was I able to grab it?
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. You definitely can grab it.
I'm gonna stumble towards the table where Lena went under. I'm gonna dive under there.
Alrighty, sounds good. And all of a sudden, ooh, it's going to be big because I forgot to change it. Sorry. You see kind of the, you're underneath the table. Pao Ming is like, "What's going on?" Lord Dryland's like, "Hey, what happened to my octopus?"
I'll reach my hand out with Relena in it.
Alrighty, sounds good. And I guess, Stig, I'll need probably something to make the switch to make it look good.
Alright.
Sleight of-
Acrobatics? Or what do you want? Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand. Let's see if you're pretty
Got a
stealthy.
good acrobatics.
Yeah, I know you have a great acrobatics. You want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I figured you were. Ah, much better. So you go to do it, and then you feel this sort of feeling of Timora kind of saying, hang on a second, and you wait just a second, and then you switch it out, hand it, and it. Lord Dryland says, "I don't understand what happened there." And he looks down at the octopus, and he says, "Bad octopus." Merlenia
I'll
slithers
kind
back up.
of curl up, yeah, curl up like I've been bad.
And Pao Ming kind of says, "Okay, all right, that's enough of this. Lord Dryland, do you need to go put that thing in the tank?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I do." He's like, "Excuse us. Sorry, everybody." And you see Lord Dryland takes Relenia over here, as well as Pao Ming goes with them. He's like, "I'll come upstairs and make sure everything's okay."
And I'll obviously listen. I want to hear
Yeah.
everything.
Sure. So as you kind of come up the steps there, and they are up on the third floor, you see them disappear with Relenia.
I'm gonna put the octopus under my noble clothes, step outside, and toss it over the side.
You just tossed him into fresh water.
That's what I was thinking too. You hear the
I'm a
cries.
lizard folk.
Arr, arr, and it all like shrivels up. No, it actually, yeah.
Water
it
is water, right?
Water's water. So the octopus goes into the water, whoosh, And then as you do that, Relenia, so you kind of come up and you hear Lord Dryland walking down the path here, and he's like, he stops once they get through the curtain. He actually goes through the curtain, and then once he stops at this door, he looks at Pow and he says, "Something's not right. That lizard folk guy, he cast some spell on me, and I knew if I tried to lie, I couldn't lie." She's like, "I know, I tried to detect his thoughts, and I couldn't get anything." He's like, "Something's not right with that group. Like the last time they brought somebody on here, they took a lot of your money. There's something wrong with that group too." And that's when Lady Italia disappeared. He's like, "I know she was cheating the boat, but something's not right. I'm not comfortable with this." He's like, "Don't let them upstairs." And she's like, "I won't." And he steps into this room. And Relenia, you did not come up to this floor, at least except to use the bathroom, which we pretended was in the room to the south. So when you walk in, you see the cabin is really kind of a bad looking cabin. So he has like purple velvet curtains, and there's like really nice scented candles on a gaudy candelabras laying all over. And in the middle of the room, kind of right where he's standing, there's a large aquarium resting on top, and it has a coral reef in it. You see that there is a kind of a what looks like a very gaudy little dead man's chest that you'd see in a normal, like, our aquarium, that like bubbles come out of.
With bubbles coming out of it?
Yeah, this one doesn't have bubbles, but it's sitting down at the bottom. He picks you up and throws you in the tank and puts the lid on it. And he kind of walks around and he goes over to his desk. You also see there's like a silk hammock and a writing desk that's there. And there's a small table that has like a silver wine decanter and a goblet. And there's a stove up here as well. And so you see him kind of pulls his cloak back, and you see there's a really nice rapier there. It's kind of a bejeweled. It has kind of an octopus-shaped hilt on the top of it. And he kind of sits down and he starts kind of paging through papers that are at the desk. The rest of the group, you see Pao Ming comes back down the stairs by herself. She kind of eyes you all carefully and then just sort of stands there at the Golden Goose, kind of counting coins, but yet keeping her back to the steps so nobody can really go up those stairs.
Yeah, how's my chess game going?
Why don't you give me an intelligence roll and let's see how it's going.
Alright.
Probably really well. This person
that
is
one. That
not
one.
very
Oh,
good. That's me.
well,
Wow.
good.
Wow. It was a tough battle, but in about 6 moves, you beat him.
Yeah, take some money.
Yeah, take some money. You get 2 coins or 2 golden goose tokens.
All right, I was like a good game, old chap, and I'll mill about the cabin.
Alrighty. Barry and Stig.
Yeah, I'll just keep walking around making sure I see everybody.
Okay,
See if Lady Italia's around.
sounds good.
Where do those stairs go down?
They do. They go down. Yep.
Right, I'll just walk around the outside,
Okay.
just keeping an eye on Pal.
Gotcha. Yeah, you see Pao is standing there and just really kind of playing with the tokens or the chips that are there, but really mostly keeping an eye on Stig as well as Lianan. If Stig is inside, I see Stig's next to one of the windows.
Sorry, yeah, that's
Oh,
why I
no
threw the
worries.
octopus.
Yeah. No, oh, yeah, that's right. So just kind of keeping an eye on them. Seems to be watching the entire room, but really sort of focused on them. And you see her kind of continuing to work with the chips that are there, stacking them and restacking them and whatnot. So she looks like she's busy, but it's pretty obvious to you that she's obviously paying attention to something else. So.
As Relenia Octopus, I will do my best to kind of see what he's browsing through.
Sure.
And then I'll just keep an eye on anything else in the room, and then I'll also check to see if the lid is locked, and if I needed to, if I could break out.
Sure. Absolutely. So the lid is it does have a locking device on it to keep the octopus in the water. The water is salt water, so you do feel comfortable in there. Looking around the room, you don't really see anything else that's there necessarily, yeah, except for the obviously the table and all the other talked about. Oh, I think yeah. Oh, yep, that's right.
Can I get any indication of what is he reading? Is he writing?
He's
What's
like
he doing?
paging through papers. It's almost as if he's looking for something.
Oh, okay.
Like he's looking for some notes or something he had written or something like that. So he's kind of paging through the papers.
Is there a velvet painting of dogs playing poker in here?
There should be, but there's not, unfortunately.
Oh,
There
okay.
was. So, Stig, as you walk around the tables, you hear various discussions that are very inappropriate. You hear somebody, says, "Wow, man, I wish I could land a girl like that." He's like, "Whoa, why did I say that?" And then another one is like, you hear the player saying, yeah, I was going to move to that space there, but wow, why did I say that? I shouldn't. And you kind of hear all these people sort of giving out these random, revealing lies and giving like truth to things that seems pretty inappropriate.
I'll go over and talk to Pao Ming before this rolls off, I guess.
Okay, alrighty, gotcha. So Pao Ming sees you come up and she's like, "Thanks for getting that octopus off me. It was pretty gross."
Ah, no problem. Hey, where's Lady Italia?
She's like,
She's
I
not here anymore?
haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Do you know who she was associating with? Because she led us to meet some of her friends, but then ran off. We never got to meet anybody.
I think she met with Lord Dryland once or twice, but other than that, I had no idea. She'd come in here and play and always take everybody's money. We'd keep a cut, but
Where'd this boat come from originally?
like rumors is it came up from the Sword Coast.
Is it part of the Kraken Society?
I don't know what the Kraken Society is. I've never heard of it.
Just throw that in there. Kraken Society is a society that worships the Kraken, essentially.
Never heard of it. She's like, wouldn't that be out in the sea?
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would think so. Why? You know anything about it? Are you part of it?
No, I heard the Lord Dame is a big part of it. This is where they work out of.
Never heard of such a thing. Not that I'm aware of. Grand Dame here. It's a gambling boat and works well.
Why'd you switch from the dice games?
There was the guy that you came with last time. He took all our money on the dice game, so we decided it was probably best for us not to do that game anymore. So, personally, I think he was probably cheating. Nobody's ever done that well on the Grand Dame before.
We're over at Waterdeep, and speaking of cheating, they mentioned they were looking for Lord Dryland. Something about he's got magical dice.
I have no idea what that's all about. He's just my employer. Like, I'm paid well by him. Comes and goes. Whenever he's here, I try to be a little bit more vigilant. You can understand that, being in the protection business.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough to protect him when you don't know where he's going, though.
Well, first and foremost, I protect the boat, and then if he's on the boat, I protect him.
Do you know where he ever goes?
Waterdeep last time, I think.
Has he ever made it down to the sewers in Yartar?
Not that I'm aware of. Why would he go in the sewers?
I was just curious. Lady Italia told us to go meet somebody down there once.
In the sewers? I can't imagine her going down in the sewers in her beautiful purple dress.
Well, she did. She was part of that Kraken Society.
Really? Huh. No idea. Interesting. Well, I guess it's best she's gone.
Probably, yeah. We're still trying to find her, though. You know where she's at?
I haven't seen her since the last time I saw you guys. That was the last time she was on her boat. Rumor is that she found a sexy guy and ran off with him. She seemed to like the young nobles for some odd reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that from some of the nobles in town.
Yeah, all those boys are back, too. They come on from time to time. They've been gone for a while.
They come back after they got shanghaied here?
Once you've come to the Grand Dame, you always come back, right? You guys are back.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'm gonna go find my my guy. Talk to you later.
She says, hey, do me a favor. I won't cast any spells on you if you don't cast any spells on me. Fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Good. She kind of goes back to playing with the coins and moving the coins around, or the chips. Relenia, up in the room there, you see he's kind of finally finished. He found a piece of paper, and he kind of scribbles something down on it real quickly, and then kind of walks out, and he looks over to you and he says, sit pretty, my friend, and he walks out the door.
Okay. I'll wait like a minute or two, and then I'll see if I can free myself.
Yeah, you should be able to. It's just a simple lock on there. So you're able to pop open the lock, and the lid opens on the aquarium.
All right. I'll crawl out onto the floor, and then I'll crawl over to one of the windows and open the window.
Okay.
And then make it look like I crawled out the window.
Nice.
And then I'll go ahead and drop Wild Shape, and I'll look over those papers and things like that real quick.
Gotcha.
With another combat Wild Shape just ready to go if I need it.
Okay. Sounds good. And so you guys, or Relenia, you do just that, and kind of paging through the papers, you see that the desk is mostly ledgers that you see there, and they're daily ledgers, and you see that he's paged back a few weeks and comes to the page where obviously you guys were on the boat because there was a large amount of money that was lost on that visit. And you see that he kind of circled Melton's name, as well as Stig's, Barry's, and Relenia's on the roster that came in on that boat, as well as Williams. So looks like he's sort of recognized that you guys were with him when he lost the money the last time.
All right, and I'll search the rest of the room, see if I find any. Now, was he wearing the rapier, or the rapier was in this room?
Nope, the rapier was on his. It was on his side, underneath his.
I thought
coat.
there were no weapons.
Interesting,
she'll search the rest of the room.
Okay.
See if she finds anything else related to Octopus or the Kraken Society, or any books or anything like that.
So as you do that, you kind of search the room, and you don't find any paperwork that talks about the Kraken Society. You don't see anything that looks like discussion about, anything related to that. It seems to be all business stuff. However, underneath the aquarium, you do find there is a wooden chest that's right underneath on a shelf underneath the aquarium, and it's locked.
Okay, is it small enough that I could just grab the entire chest?
Let me see what's in it.
And also, while I was in the aquarium, I searched the little treasure chest too.
Oh, okay. There's a key in that little treasure chest.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. I'll check to see if that key fits this box.
That key does fit that box.
All right. So was the box small enough that I could take?
You could, yeah. It's probably it's the size of like a maybe a 6-inch by 10-inch box, about 4 inches high.
Okay, I'll throw that into my backpack.
Alrighty, sounds good. You guys see,
Which room was the bathroom?
it's kind of the southern room. It sort of doesn't really have a bathroom. It's technically the dance hall, but I made it the bathroom. So,
All right, I'll head back to the bathroom,
alrighty, sounds good.
and when I get in the bathroom, I'll cast detect magic on the box.
Okay. The box does not show any sign of magic.
All right, I'll go ahead and open the box then.
Alrighty, so you put the key in the box, and as you turn it, you hear the locking mechanism, but you hear a lot of other mechanisms inside sort of clicking as that key turns. And the box opens up, and you see inside that it has... Whoops, I gotta move. Sorry, I need to think back. You see that inside it has about 450 gold pieces and 9 gemstones. They are rubies and emeralds.
Are they big or?
Nah, they're pretty small.
Can I get any indication what the other clicking was?
You suspect that it was probably bypassing a trap.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll go ahead and lock the box back up and put it back, and I'll put the key back where I found it.
Alrighty, sounds good. I put the gold and as well as the gems.
No,
in the
I didn't.
partition.
I didn't take.
Oh, you
I
didn't
take
them. Oh,
anything.
okay, gotcha.
Nope.
All right, gotcha.
Melton will be so disappointed.
I was just fixing to type that. Mel's
He'll
gonna be
never
so
know.
disappointed in you.
Too funny. All right, so
And-
you put it back.
Once I get that back, I'll try to make it downstairs as nonchalantly and group back up with the party as quickly as I can.
Sure, sounds good. So as Lord Dryland comes back down, he's kind of talking again amongst the tables and whatnot, but seems to be trying to keep as far as distance away from the party as possible. You see Pao Ming now is just sort of strolling around the room as well. You can come down whenever, Relenia. I mean, you know the bathroom's up
All
there,
right.
so...
Yeah, so I'll come back down and I immediately will tell them we've been made. He knows that we were here a month or so ago. He knows we're the same group. And for some reason, he's got a sword on him.
He kind of walks out the back of the boat, and you can kind of see him walking along the edge, very slowly, kind of talking to people as he's going up the round. Mingling, being a good host.
I think he's trying to escape.
Where would he go? We're in the middle of the river.
Oh, that's right. We're not at dock,
Yeah,
are
you
we?
guys are cruising. Yeah, the dock is not there.
What do you think we should do now? It doesn't seem like they know anything about the Kraken Society.
Well, he either really, really likes octopuses, or he's got a rapier on him, and the rapier's got a octopus on the hilt. I don't know if that has to do with anything other than he has a fetish for octopuses. Octopi.
Is he wearing it?
He's wearing the rapier. Yeah, he has it on him.
Did the cart? Does anybody remember if the cart had octa?
No, it
octopus
just had
on it, right?
Koatoa on it. Which why he was... Oh, and I remembered. Usith got away. We didn't kill him. He got away out that sewer pipe. And if you remember, because Milton was charmed by him or something or other, and we followed him out and dropped down into the river, and he had disappeared.
And that's right, because he told Melton that he would Sekirau would love to have him in his grasp or something like that.
Yeah, so we didn't kill Usith. Oh, and one last thing. I think maybe Lady or Pao Ming may be able to read minds also, or have some sort of magical abilities.
Yeah, I saw her trying to cast a spell. That's why I ran into her.
Somebody tried to read my mind, but I'm a lizard folk, and it's the size of a peanut.
I think we have something to do with Lady Italia's disappearance, and I don't know. They knew she was cheating, but they were taking such a big cut that maybe they didn't care.
Excuse me.
You see Bao Ming kind of walking on the outside, going up the other side, much more faster than what Lord Dryland was.
Anybody?
You kind of feel the boat starts to turn around and starts heading back towards dock.
Does it seem like it turned around the same as it did the last time we were on it, or
It does.
turn
It feels
around
like it's about
fast?
the same time, about the time to kind of turn back and go back to the port.
Do we want to meet with them after the boat gets back to port and just come clean on what we're looking for? Or?
No way. I think they're up to something. They both left. They went out on the bow or something. They disappeared.
All right. I want to go out and see if I can just casually walk up that direction, the last direction we saw them go.
Yeah, so as you kind of look down the end of the boat, you see that there's some people milling about on the outside. Excuse me, but you don't see them on either side. When you get to about there, Relenia, you see they're both inside, sitting at a table, kind of talking back and forth. And the dining area seems to be fairly empty. There's only one or two people that are in there.
All right, I'm just gonna go up and do my Titanic impression up on the bow.
Nice. I like it.
I'm gonna go get behind Relania.
Oh my god.
I'm on top of the world.
Too bad there's not waves. It's a river. I love it. If I had the song, I'd play it, but I'm sure. You getting that for us, Melton?
I am.
I knew you were.
Of course he is.
I knew it. My music, dude. Awesome. I love it. That's a door. Yep.
Okay.
These are windows on the sides here that you guys are looking through.
So are they open? Can we hear what they're saying?
You can't. They're actually closed. Nice. They seem to be kind of deep in conversation. That is it, literally. And it seems to be fairly animated. Pao Ming kind of is pretty animated while she's sitting in there. Lord Dryland is just kind of shaking his head and kind of back and forth. You see the other people that are in there sort of awkwardly kind of get up and the door opens. And as it does, Pao Ming kind of looks towards the door as she didn't even notice that everybody was, there was people back in the room. And the two people sort of walk out and they said, boy, that doesn't sound very good, does it?
Stiggle snagged him. What were they talking about?
Ah! What are you? Are you the guards? We didn't hear anything, honest.
Big smile. No. It's okay. I was just curious.
Don't scare us like that. I don't know. They're arguing about something in there. It sounded business related, or why did you let somebody back on the boat or something? I don't know. It was really weird. We felt uncomfortable.
Oh.
As the door kind of closes, the people kind of go around the front of the boat and continue to move quickly. Suddenly the door opens again and you see Pao Ming kind of walks out. She goes, "Whoa, hey, what's going on?"
Just getting some of the wind, you know.
Ah,
It's getting a little seasick inside, stuffy.
yeah, definitely stuffy in there. I see we're heading back now, so probably another 30 minutes or so we should be back.
Sounds good.
Make sure you get something to eat if you haven't eaten, okay?
Oh yeah, I just go in there with Usath and eat.
Who?
Usith?
Who's Utsith?
Oh, I mean, Lord Dryden, sorry.
I don't think he's there anymore. And why is that girl up in the front of the boat, like with her arms out?
You never seen Titanic?
No, I don't think I have. Should I?
Probably not.
All right, fair enough. And she kind of walks around the edge and kind of walks to the back of the boat. Thank you. What would you guys like to do next?
Yeah, I had to get to the best part.
I liked it. The boat kind of continues down the river. You see the window kind of opens up at the top, and you see the captain stick his head out. He's like, "Are you gonna stand there all day or what?"
What do you think we should do, Barry?
I'm not really sure. Which way did Dryland go?
Last you saw me was in the room. Now that you peeked through the window, there's nobody in the dining area.
Did you see him come out, Stick?
No, I think maybe he's up there with the captain.
Oh,
I
right.
s-
There's stairs up there.
Yeah, I stumbled up there last time around here.
You see Lord Dryland comes back down the stairs again. Kind of walking and stops at the table and picks up a drink real quick. And opens the door, and as the door opens, he sees you all outside, and he goes, "Enjoying the weather?
Yep, beautiful night.
Beautiful night. Huh. Didn't know lizards could whistle. Interesting. Yeah, you learn something new every day. Make sure you spend lots of coin, okay? Hey, where's your charge? I don't see him. Thought you were supposed to be guarding him."
We are.
Hmm.
He's around here somewhere. He was getting a little seasick.
Ah,
Yeah,
You know
where's
how
the
those elves are.
yeah.
where's the high stakes chess games at?
He turns around. High stake chess. Ah, sorry. We used to have high stakes and then somebody took all our money. No more high money games anymore. Sorry.
Hey, Lord Dryland, have you ever heard the name Usith?
Boy, it sure is chilly out here, isn't it? Well, I'm gonna head in, guys. Nice to chat with y'all.
Oh, wait up. You didn't answer my question.
Sorry, I don't have time. Gotta go. Excuse me, pardon me, Elfie. Can you move over, please? Let me through.
Oh, sure. Hang on for a second.
All right,
There
Elfie.
you go.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
I cast Charm Person.
Oh, okay. All right. He's charmed.
You shall wax and wash my boots.
Right.
Ah, so Lord Dryland, my good man. I need to know about this Kraken Society.
He just kind of stares off for a second.
As long as it's not a minute.
Yeah, it won't be.
Well, actually, it's an hour.
He looks to you and he says,
Good, I can get off the ship and be gone before he figures it out.
He's like, you want to join the Kraken Society, huh?
Well, yes.
You just found the man to talk to. Let's sign you up. Come on upstairs. I have paperwork in my room.
Well, my friends here would like to join also. Well, let's go. Lead on.
Okay, follow me.
I'm keeping an eye out for Pao Ming.
Alrighty. So he says, "Come on, let's go." Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Are you all coming? All right, come on, let's go. And he continues to kind of walk along and comes into the door here, and you see Pao Ming is kind of over at the other side. That's her. Okay. And he's going up the steps. Come on, guys, let's go.
Follow him up there.
Alrighty. He takes you guys upstairs, and he's like, "Come on, hurry! You guys are taking too long." He yells down the stairs, "Hello!" And he says, you see over the curtain here, it says, there's a brass plate, it says crew only. And he peeks back, he's like, "Come on, you can come in, you're fine, you're friends." He brings you into the room. As you come in, you see there's a large fish tank with a small little chest in it. You see the hammock and the wine bottle. You see the window is closed, and you see the papers are now all off the desk and seem to be put someplace else. And he says, yeah. So, let me grab my papers." And he opens up a drawer and pulls out some papers. He's like, "I've got some contracts right here for you."
Contracts? What are we contracting for?
Oh, to join the Kraken Society, of course. Come on in, please, friends. Come in.
Okay.
I'll make sure the curtain closes.
Okay. Kind of like peeking as you close it.
Yeah, just to see if Pao Ming comes up.
All right, sounds good. You're kind of peeking around the edge. You don't see her coming up at all. You wait a good 30 seconds or so, and she doesn't seem to appear. He's like, "Please, have a seat on my hammock if you want." He pours some wine out of the decanter into some goblets and hands it over to Leonan. "Here, have a drink. It's great stuff."
I don't partake of this kind of wine, and they work for me, so that they won't be drinking.
Ah. Well, I gotta tell you, you've made a good choice. The Kraken Society is a wonderful group to work for.
Yeah, that's good. I hear you guys like big kicking giant butt around.
Huh? Giant butt.
Yeah, giant butt.
Oh, Lord Hecatan. Yeah, we got him tied up on that boat out there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I tell you what.
Lord who?
Lord Hecatan. King Hecatan, you know, the king of the giants. We killed his wife, too. Boy, threw it on the old Lord's Alliance. Boy, they're loving that, I bet.
Yeah. What boat you got him tied up on?
All of a sudden, you see his eyes get really big, and he goes, and falls down to the ground.
Medicine check him.
He's dead.
Revivify. Speak with dead there, Stig.
All
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
right, I'll revivify.
I'll go to the window and see if I see a boat anchored out in the river.
Okay, gotcha. So as you look out in the river, you don't see any boat out there. Stig, you do revivify.
Yeah, it uses one of my 300 GP diamonds. I
Okay.
took it off.
Kind of coughs. Oh, what happened? Oh, my head hurts so bad.
Don't drink any more of that wine.
Oh, I think it was the wine. It was Sarkareth, or Slackarel. Oh my god, I can't say her name.
Who's Slackarel?
Or Sakharel, the Kraken. I can't say the name. It's like she blew up my mind. Oh my god, you guys are all in danger.
You mean the Kraken attacked you from here? Is
Yeah.
she out in the ocean?
Yeah.
How does she have power on you from this far away?
I don't know. But she now knows all of you. I gotta run.
Run to the hills. Run to the desert. Get as far away from the ocean as you can. Especially since I told you that King Hecaton's out in the ocean.
Oh. Draw us a map.
I don't know.
Where is that?
I don't know. Somewhere out there. No idea. Somewhere out in the trackless sea.
Did you recently come up from Neverwinter?
Yeah, about a week ago. That was after we did all the stuff that we needed to do to get distractions so nobody'd know that we had King Hecaton pinned on the Lord's Alliance. Please don't kill me.
Where's Lady Italia?
She's gone. She ran.
Is that thing that's up under the sewers, is it still back there?
It's gone too.
So who's
Did
your
Lady-
contact with the other guys? The other Krakens?
What do you mean? In town? In Waterdeep?
Well, we're not in Waterdeep, Yartar. Waterdeep, wherever.
I don't have anybody here anymore.
Was Lady Italia working for you?
Yeah. Yep.
Was Usith working for you?
Yeah. Slackrel sent him out. Slark Rathel sent it out to us to help get recruits for the society. We're looking for nobles. Gonna blackmail them. And then you guys came and destroyed the whole plan.
So the recruits have to be soaked in that egg of water?
Yeah, makes them turn amphibious, so they can't come out of the water. We were doing it because we wanted the shipbuilders and everybody. We were going to take over kind of the Yartar area. You guys messed it all up, those meddling kids. He's going to come for me, you know that, right? Oh. Are you going to go kill... You can't kill Kraken. What am I saying? That's so much power.
We can't kill him, but the giants might be able to.
Okay, can you get there quickly?
If we knew where we were going.
The ship is called the Morkoth. That's where the giant's on. It's a huge ship. It's got a giant on it. You can't miss it.
And it's in the trackless sea?
Yeah, somewhere out there.
Is
Is it
Hecaton...
outside of...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Is it outside of... Neverwinter, or is it farther out past the Maelstrom?
Ouch. He's like, it's not as far as the Maelstrom. I know that. It was close to Sorry.
What was the other place that What's-Her-Face mentioned?
Trackless sea? Or?
Dunderland. The island Dunderland.
It's like, I've never been out there. When we put it on, we put him on the boat, it was at the Red Rocks.
That's down by Waterdeep, though.
Well, that's when we put him on it. I haven't seen it since. I think they were heading kind of up to the north, I think. But they wanted to be out where nobody else was. So nobody could find them. It's just patrolling around in there, in the seas.
Why did they take Hecaton, though? For what purpose?
I don't know. Scouthrell wanted him to be
Does it
captain.
have anything to do with the Frost Giants? Are the Frost Giants working with Slackarel?
No. No giants are working with him. It's just him and the Kraken Society, as far as I know.
We could use the conch to take him back to the giants and have them explain everything. Maybe the cloud giants could fly their castle over the sea to find him.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good idea.
It's like, what? You're gonna take me to the giants? Why? I have nothing to do with the giants.
No, we need your stories and all your information.
Why would you? I don't think that's a good idea. You don't want me going out there, do you? I mean, good God.
Was Pao Ming part of the Kraken Society?
Nah, she's just a good hand. She was yelling at me, though.
What did you need the wagon for with all the Koatoa on it?
I didn't order a wagon.
We were in Tribor, and the wagon maker there said you ordered a wagon with Koatoa carved into it. We
Probably-
actually have it.
Probably Lady Italia ordered it. She commonly did things under my name. Made it easier so she would have less accountability. Maybe to carry the bodies? I don't know. Was it a nice wagon?
Yes, it's very nice.
Ah, excellent. See? Nice island. Perfect. Or nice wagon. Perfect.
So, what does getting the barge makers and the shipping businesses, what does that gain you? Why does the Kraken Society want anything to do with that this far inland?
Plan was for us to infiltrate all the way up the Desert Valley River and control the sea as well as the rivers.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think we get the flying boat and see if we can find the other boat.
Yeah. Do we want to...
That or we get Sarlasta Stormborn to help us find the other boat, being that she is a sea captain and might know more about it or an easier way to find it. It might be slower that way, obviously.
Do we want to take him to the giants?
Which one's the storm giants?
I was thinking we could use the conch to get to the Maelstrom, and then maybe she can send us back to Waterdeep. The queen, acting queen.
Yeah, but what do we tell her about Hecaton?
That the Kraken has kidnapped her
Yeah,
father.
We'd have to tell her in person because she asked us to give her information just to her.
You feel
Maybe
the boat kind of jerks for a minute. You guys see Yartar outside the window.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
I already said my thing. It's whatever you guys want to do.
I mean, we could teleport back to Waterdeep and see if the Lord's Alliance will give us that sailor to go try to find the ship, Or we can use the conch to teleport to the maelstrom and tell the queen, Sarissa, what we've found out so far.
It's like you're going after to get the giant.
Yeah, we need to free the giant.
You gonna kill the Kraken?
I don't know about killing the Kraken.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to deal with the Kraken.
Alright. I'm gonna level with you. I've seen the boat. However, I don't know where it is, but it was around a bunch of land rocks that were purple. It was a long ways away. It took us about 10 days to get there from Neverwinter by boat.
And the books that Milton and I were looking at, do I recognize anything by that description?
Yeah, so you do recognize that there are purple rocks that are west of, kind of northwest of Gundarlin. And you see, as he says that, he kind of winces, almost as if he's ready for his head to explode. And he peeks out opens one eye quickly and peeks. Still here?
Yeah. I think once she kills you and you come back,
Yeah?
you're like released from her spell.
Oh.
So you feel free to tell us everything.
Thank God. He's like, 1 second. And he's like, I wonder what happened to my octopus. He opens up the tank and he reaches in, he pulls out the key. He goes down, he starts bringing up the chest. He's like, I'll pay my way out. Just let me go, okay? And he kind of opens up the chest, and as he does, you hear the kind of the locking mechanism again. It opens up, and there's a bunch of gemstones and coins in there. He's like, just take my money and just let me go, please.
Raj, let me see that money.
He shows it to you. He's like, you're going to let me go, right?
Ah, sure, Stig will set you free.
I'm gonna grab the rapier off of him.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, almost forgot about that.
It's like, hey, give me back my rapier.
I say we take him to the Giants, man. He's got too good information.
Wait, I just gave you all my money. You're going to take me to the Giants?
They'll protect you. You'll be
thought
safe. It's the only place you'll be safe around.
I thought you were good people.
Oh, we are good.
You don't seem very good to me. He looks right at Stig. You seem neutral.
All right. Well, yeah. You got me.
Well, you seem evil, so
Well, I'm not. I've turned a new leaf. I'm a new man.
Well, you can turn a new leaf at the not dragon, the
you got a lot
giant
to make
castle.
up for.
They're gonna eat me. They eat people.
Is there any association between the Kraken and the dragons?
Not that I know of. Why? Is there? Why would the Kraken be working with the
I'm
dragon?
asking you.
That's weird.
They have a common enemy,
Who's that?
King Hecaton, because he crushed the Kraken Society, and the dragon and giants. Their feud goes back to the beginning of time.
I know nothing about that. All right, nice to meet you all. Time to go. I'll see ya. Thanks for letting me go. Excuse me, can you move over, please? Let me through. Pardon me.
I don't actually think we let you go. We've got some people that we'd like you to meet with.
Huh.
Is that what we want? We want to go to the Giants? I mean,
Well-
we might as well go right now.
Let's do it.
Take the call
All right.
and go
Oh.
to the...
I'll blow in the conch.
Blow with the conch.
Y'all have to hold hands.
Blowing in the large conch.
As that happens, you hear Pow say, hey! And all of a sudden, poop, you guys disappear. You suddenly come back to a place that you're very familiar with, down in the Maelstrom. When you arrive this time, there are 2 guards standing in the room. When you kind of materialize in the circle itself, they immediately stand up and say, stop, halt, don't move.
We must meet with Queen Sarlasta.
Sarlasta?
Sarissa, sorry.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
We've been here before. We met with the Queen. She sent us on the quest.
And the
We
guards,
need to give her an update.
one of the guards look back to the other. He says, "Yeah, don't you remember those are the guys that snuck up during the play?" "Oh yeah, that's right. Stay here, don't move." And you see one of them kind of goes up the steps pretty quickly. Boop, 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 boop. The other one says, "Why don't you go over here?" And he kind of leans you over to the rooms that they had there. He says, "Please have a seat. My friend doesn't mean to be rude. I apologize. Why don't you help yourself? There's food in there, and there's some water, and normal-sized beds for you all." Find the... Bum, bum. Oh, okay. And so after about 15 minutes or so, the one of the guards comes over to you guys and says, "Yeah, you can. You're free to see the Queen now." Sorry if this busts anybody.
So, Dryland is just chilling with us.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there all in awe, like looking around, like what is. You see, he seems kind of a little nervous, and yeah, a little nervous. And for some odd reason, like there's not any water here, but his pants are all wet. Why his token's being weird?
I knew it. He's a giant.
I knew it all along. Actually, as they say that, you see Sarissa kind of comes down the steps, and she says, "You're back so soon, but I don't." And she says to the guard, she says, "I'm okay. Please go up the steps." And you see them kind of go up the steps from there. Sarissa says, "You have found my father. Who is this?" As she looks at Lord Dryland.
This is the person who knows who took your father.
How does he know?
And killed your mother.
When Relania says that, I make sure that I step away from Dryland.
We'll put her there, and let's see. She said, "Oh, it was." I don't know why she's red. Sorry. So he's the one who killed my mother. Is that right? He's like, no, wasn't me.
No, he just knows. He has information about it and how he framed, or the group he works with, the Kraken Society. They have captured your father, and he is on a barge, apparently out in the trackless sea. And they framed the Lord's Alliance for both the murder of your mother and the kidnapping of your father.
He looks up, all the way up to her, kind of has his head turned all the way back as she's standing over him in both arms, and she kind of bends down and brings both hands on each side of him and says, "Tell me what you know, small one. Otherwise, you may end up with the fishes."
I'll squeeze the jelly out of you.
Yeah, right. And you see Lord Dryland says, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It was the Kraken. He did it. And you can see he's obviously really nervous. He's like, it's in a boat. He's in a boat. He's not dead. He's alive. He's just in a boat. And she says, "Where's the boat?" It's like, "I don't know. It's by Purple Rocks someplace. Purple Rocks." Sarissa kind of turns her head and she says, "Oh, by Purple Rocks?" Like, yeah, the boat keeps moving. She says, "Okay." And she says, "Any other information," as she looks to you guys, "that you've received?"
Only that we know that Slarkathil is
Yeah.
involved. Do you know of that Kraken?
We haven't seen him in forever, and he hasn't really been around. Usually he leaves us alone. I mean, we haven't really had any issues with him at all.
Didn't your father help bring down the society many, many millennia ago?
Not that I'm aware of. How long ago?
Or, well, centuries, I guess. 400,
400
years
years?
ago.
Oh, it was long before I was born. Dad never talked about that. Huh. How old is Dad anyways? Interesting.
Well, apparently he was king back then also, so he's got to be at least 400 years old.
Wow, Dad's older than I thought. She kind of reaches down and picks up Lord Dryland. Anything else? So she kind of squeezes him a little bit, and he's like, "No, I don't have anything else." She said, "Excuse me, small folk, but I think this one has something that needs to be taken care of. Do you need him anymore?"
Nope.
You see her kind of walks over to this pool over here with him, and she kind of goes into the water, and as she's standing there, she says, "You are an evil, evil man, you know that?" And she kind of goes under the water, takes him with him, and you can kind of see him go, "No, no, no," and he's kind of reaching, kind of pulling at the water, and she pulls him underneath, and you see her walk over to the portcullis, and then she re-emerges out on the other side. Said, "Lord Dryland will be no longer with us."
Lord Dryland taken down by the sea.
Yeah. You see a large crab or comes up to the gates, and you see pieces of Lord Dryland kind of floating up in the water. So, we need to get to the ship. How do I get you there?
That's a good question. As I'm gagging a bit.
Yeah, I bet.
You think the crab will eat his fingers? I like fingers.
She says, I don't know, there may be some fingers floating in there if you want to jump in and grab some.
Our flying boats go into Waterdeep. We could use some help getting there.
You need another teleportation back to Waterdeep?
Yes, and if you know where these purple rocks are, that would be a great help. Kind of help us narrow down where the ship could be.
You need to head directly west from Neverwinter. They're quite a ways, about 400 miles, I think, from there. You can't miss them. They're beautiful rocks. They have the kind of a purple hue to them at all times of the day. At night, obviously not. They don't glow, but you can't miss them. There's kind of an archipelago of, however you say it, of islands that are all in that area, though. So it may be difficult to search around, but that would be the best location. I can show you on a map, and she kind of points on the map to kind of show you where it would be at.
Yeah, I was about to ask her for a nautical map,
Yeah.
but, you know, those maps would be a
Giants.
little bit
Yeah,
large.
they would. About 6 feet wide. Well, probably a little bigger than that. So she says, I can get you back to Waterdeep. And you have a ship?
We have a flying ship, and we have a lead where we could go across the water like a normal ship.
A flying ship, huh? Cloud Giants,
Yes.
I assume?
No,
Interesting.
Do you think the Cloud Giants would help us?
No. Remember, they don't want my dad back, right? They want to take over the Ordning. My King Hecton comes back, and we're going to be back in power. I don't have any pull outside of here. By the
What
way,
about
my
the
sisters have
Storm
been very...
Giants?
What's that?
What about the Storm Giants? Isn't your dad a Storm Giant?
He is, but we all live under the water. I don't know if small folk can absorb the pressure. I will put out my words to have the Storm Giants look for him while you're looking, but We're quite a ways away from there.
What were you saying about your sisters?
They've been quiet lately. They don't really talk to me. I think it was that whole commotion upstairs when you guys were here before. She doesn't trust you guys. They think that you're not trustworthy.
Well, I think we just proved how trustworthy we are. We brought back the person who kidnapped your father.
She smiles. She says, I know. I trust you guys. It's just they don't, and it's difficult, especially with the deception in our court, as you can imagine.
Do you know how the court was infiltrated?
No idea. Mistress
Have
been in
you-
our court for a long time. She's like a second mother to me.
Have you heard any additional information about her?
I haven't. My sisters say that she took it because she knew I couldn't control the power, and they didn't want me to have it. She didn't want me to have it. But that being said, I've had power since Dad left. I don't understand. Anyways, I need my father back. That way he can rule storm giants, and we can end this ordning garbage that is occurring and reestablish the order.
Well, I think we should head back to Waterdeep then.
Please follow me. And she takes you guys back up the stairs, takes you into the room, the audience room that you were in before, which is dark at this point. You can see outside that large window some luminescent fish and coral and whatnot swimming by, but obviously it's dark out. And she walks you through the chamber, the throne room, and you see the throne is actually sitting there, still hovering as it was before. And then she walks you into the teleportation room and says, please grab onto my hands, everybody.
I'll touch your pinky.
And she teleports you back outside Waterdeep again. This time it's in the middle of the night. You see the lights of Waterdeep are shining throughout the harbor as well as on the lake and the kind of the surrounding lands. You'd still see that there's occasional traffic coming up the road. Obviously it's a busy place. You see appears to be double the guards outside this time of night, but they don't seem to see her this time. And she kind of bends down and says, I hope the next time I see you, you have my father with you.
Is there anything that we can tell your father that, he might trust us more?
That's a good point. He was just captured by a bunch of small folk. You may get demolished. Tell him that Sarissa loves him and that all his daughters are worried about him at the Maelstrom. Maybe that'll help. He's not going to trust you, though, I don't think. Do you?
Well, probably not, but, we want to make sure that we can get him out safely and not have him squish us.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, just, I guess, name drop. Maybe that'll help. Just don't talk about my mom, because he may not know.
Okay.
That probably would be bad. She says,
All right.
see you next time.
Until next time.
She kind of fades out of view and kind of disappears.
Okay, so I think we still have a couple of days before the ship gets here, right?
You do, yep. 4, as a matter of fact.
This has only been a day?
Yeah, because you guys teleported over, and then you were there at night, and you guys immediately boarded the boat, or it was the evening. It was a busy day.
I don't know about you guys, but I need a nice inn with a comfy bed, a hearty meal, and a good night's sleep.
Really nice place, right?
Yes. And Melton will pay.
Right, Melton?
Well, we just got all that gold and those gems from Lord Dryland, so
Well, Melton's loaded. He apparently, like, destroyed a gambling ship because he took all their money.
Melton fell asleep.
It sounds like it.
He does.
Melton's here.
I think he fell asleep.
You don't hear me?
No, we do now. We didn't move.
Oh, okay. I might have been hitting the wrong button.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so you guys are able to find a very nice inn in Waterdeep. 4 days pass, unless you have anything else to add that you wanted to look for or do.
I'll just take a trip one of those days back to the library, learn everything I can about krakens and how best to combat them.
Sure.
And I'm sure they all say, just don't.
Yeah, pretty much nobody's ever attacked one. So you do.
I suggest we go back to the Lord's Alliance and ask that sailor lady if she knows anything about the Purple Rocks or about that area.
That's a good idea. So when you review your information about the krakens and whatnot, you find out that nobody really knows much about them except for they destroy pretty much everything they encounter. You do recognize that most of the texts say that they are probably the most powerful creature on Faerun. Except for a large creature called a Tarask. They may even be more powerful than that. And then you go back and talk to the lady about the Purple Rocks. And she does say that she's been out there before. She reports to you that there's a lot of islands out there, and there does seem to be, on occasion, some very foggy areas that are there. She says it's pretty ruthless out there. There's not a lot of boats that travel in that area, usually just because of the distance from the land. She says she's only been out there once or twice. She does say to get out there by boat, it would take a sailing ship would take about 2 weeks.
But if we're flying,
It would take about 2 days on the flying ship.
well, while we're talking to her, I'll ask if she has like some kind of nautical map that we might use as, some kind of, easier way to get out there other than just straight west from Waterdeep or Neverwinter, whichever one.
Neverwinter, yeah. So she kind of looks over to Quinault and says, I'll go with you myself if you'll let me go. She says, is that enough to let me go, Quinault?
Quinault, if she helps us,
He
this could be very important.
kind of puts his head and kind of looks back and forth, and he says, fine, Barry. She's under your charge. You're responsible for her. She completes the mission, you can let her go. If she doesn't, you can kill her.
We'll feed her to Stig. Well, her fingers
What's her fingers
anyway.
look like?
Oh, they're pretty rough fingers. They're pretty calloused, and they definitely have a lot of rope work that has happened with their hands for quite some time, decades probably. They look pretty rough, but she has all 10 fingers.
Ah, that's a plus. We'll take her.
All right, sounds good.
The only other thing, since we're going to be on the water, or over the water, I'd like to see if there's like a potion or a scroll or anything like that that would either let me walk on the water or breathe the water.
All right, fair enough.
You can't breathe water, Barry?
Unfortunately not.
I can ritual cast water breathing. Of course, that's ritual cast, so I would have to do it before anything happens.
Barry, you can find a potion shop that does sell potions of water breathing.
And they're pretty pricey though. They're about 500 gold a piece.
Oh, well. Melton?
Yes.
Can we sell that rapier for
Sure, if you want.
five of them?
The rapier wasn't magic, was it?
No,
Nope.
apparently not. Anybody need a rapier? A plain rapier? It's pretty.
I might hurt myself if I try to use it.
Yeah,
It's
I can't
pretty.
use it.
It is pretty.
2,500 gold, pretty.
Well, see if we can get that much.
I'll give it to you. I gave you the max price for water breathing potions, so I'll take the max price for the rapier. So yeah, so you have 5 potions of water breathing. It's nice you guys are looking out for your charge too. That's very nice.
I was about to say we only need 3. Stig's fine. He can breathe underwater.
Oh yeah, you do only need 3. That's right. That's funny. All right, give you 3.
Hey, Stig.
500 gold back.
Well,
Steve,
I
do you
can
want,
hold my breath, I think. But yeah, that'd be fine.
Steve,
Yeah,
do
if
you
we
want to
need it,
go
I was
back
just-
and visit Nyx and see if she wants to trade some gemstones? Because we have some here.
Oh, yeah, we can.
That's the tabaxi.
Yeah.
I got an idea too.
Okay.
So you guys go back to Nyx.
Yeah. Relenia is just enamored by her because she's so cute and cuddly.
She is
Well,
cute, cuddly.
We'll go in and see Nyx with
All
the
right.
stones.
So you see Nyx. Nyx is now working on what looks like amethyst there, and she sees you. She goes, "Hello,
What kind of gemstones do we have again?
come in, come in." I think they're just labeled
It
as
just
gemstones,
says
right?
they're gemstones.
Just okay.
What kind would
yeah.
you like them to be?
Well, do we have an amethyst?
You could. Do you want them to be amethyst?
I think you said some were ruby and some were emerald, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Yeah, you're right. I did say.
All right, I'll go in there.
Okay. She goes, "Hi. What can I do for you?"
Oh, I was wondering if you'd buy a ruby.
"Oh, I don't have any rubies." And
Well,
she says,
then-
"But I can show you what I have."
You'd probably like to buy a ruby, though, wouldn't you?
Oh no, I never would touch rubies. Rubies are such a dirty, dirty gemstone. Ugh, they're terrible. And she throws the switch and the doors lock, and you kind of see her reach down and she pulls out a box and brings it out. She says, "Look at all of these amethysts. They're beautiful."
Ooh, take a look at this emerald.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I'm gonna lick it.
She licks.
It's
Oh,
pre-
she says, you know how to praise. Ah, I got a real gem buyer. I see.
This is from a long lost friend. It crushed him to lose this.
Aw, and you see kind of she's a little teary. She's like,
Look at the little sparkle over here.
"Oh, that's a nice sparkle. That's a very nice sparkle."
That's a good one. If you had a diamond, then I'd maybe trade you this.
She licks it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a nice one. Here, I was thinking about getting in the emerald and ruby business, even though rubies are terrible, terrible gems. And she says, here. And then she says, "Do you want a beautiful amethyst? Look at this one." Ah!
I don't have any use for amethyst, but I do for diamonds.
That amethyst bit me.
How'd it bite you?
Did you see the
Let me
teeth
see
on
it.
that thing?
I'll take a look at it.
You feel that one of the edges is a little sharp. Not quite been filed down enough.
Oh, this amethyst isn't finished.
Oh, I could have swore it bit me. Are you sure there's no teeth on there?
I don't see any.
Fine. I'll buy your gems. What do you want? You want a diamond?
Yeah, diamond.
She says, "I'm sorry, I don't think I have any diamonds." And then she throws a switch. The door opens, unlocks, and then she's kind of looking down, and then she looks up. She says, "Hello, how are you?"
Hello. I was
Hi.
wondering if you were interested in trading gemstones. I'm looking for a diamond.
I have just the thing. And she throws the switch. She's like, I gotta tell you, I got really nice diamonds. And she opens up the thing. Take a look at these. Ooh. What kind you looking for?
Take a look at this emerald. I'll pull it out.
Ooh, emerald. Terrible gem. Yuck. That's disgusting.
Oh, well, also take a look at these rubies.
Oh, ooh, nice. I always wanted to start trading in rubies. Those are really nice gems. Better than diamonds, definitely.
Yeah, it crushed my friend to lose this ruby.
Oh.
And I'll lick it.
And she goes, oh, you know how to check gems. That's great. Ah, real gem buyer. Nice to see one.
I was looking to trade this for some diamond dust if you got any, and maybe a 500 GP diamond.
She goes, sure. And she takes a look at the gems and she says, I'm going to need something more. Not quite enough for a diamond. But here, I'll give you some dust. And she grabs one. She kind of, with her teeth, and there's some dust on the ground. And she kind of puts it into a little bag and says, here, that's just a donation.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, how good of a diamond could we get with this?
300 GP diamond?
300 would work.
Okay. She gives it to you and she goes, my mom's diamond.
Oh,
I've
it's
had
so
it
sad.
forever.
Aw.
Can't believe it's just being sold.
Hey, you know, I saw a guy out back dealing emeralds.
Really?
You ever hear emeralds? Yeah.
They're terrible gems.
Terrible gems.
Terrible gems.
Well, all
Don't
right,
invest
well-
in those.
We'll see you later.
Okay, bye-bye. She clicks the thing and puts her gems away. The door opens.
I'll walk outside.
She goes,
and
hey,
cast,
hi.
I'll cast detect magic when I'm outside, and then I want to walk back in.
Okay, sounds good. She goes, hello, how are you?
Good.
Are you looking
Good.
to buy some topazes? Beautiful
Oh.
gems.
I wouldn't mind seeing what you have.
She locks the door and she pulls something out. As she does that, you do see that the windows and the doors and everything sort of do also give off some magical aura that appears to be similar to what an arcane lock would be. I can't remember what exactly that would be. But she does not have any sort of magical effect on her at all.
Is the box magical?
It's not. She says, what do you think of these gems? Aren't they beautiful?
Oh, those are very pretty.
I know. I love these. What do you have? What are you looking for? Did I ever tell you I mined these? I went to the Underdark. Excellent.
You did.
gems. I
really?
did. I did.
I have a friend who's from the Underdark.
No way. What's his name?
Yeah. His name's Melton.
Never met him. Have you ever
No,
been to... Yeah.
We've met.
We have?
Yeah. Your name is Nyx.
Huh? How do you know my name?
Because we've met.
We've never met. I remember everybody I've met. Are you
Don't
doing
believe
magicking
it.
on
Don't-
me?
Don't believe me, he's a mind reader.
Who's this guy?
Oh, this is Melton.
Oh, you're from the Underdark. He's a Servedlin. Never can trust a Servedlin. They're bad. As she leans over to
I
Lenny.
know.
Boy,
I
oh
know.
boy. Wow, that's great. You don't have any diamonds on you, do you? I'm deathly allergic to them. Achoo!
No, I don't. No.
What were we doing? Oh, you were gonna buy some topazes.
No, I wanted to see you again and say hi, and then just wanted to see what you were selling today.
I've never met you before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know you.
Your name is Nyx, and you're a tabaxi.
How do you
and
know that?
You sell gems. We've bought a number of gems from you.
You have never. I remember everybody that's bought gems from me. She closes the top of the topaz. She says, "I am not sure I'm comfortable with this deal." She throws the switch, and you see all the locks. The arcane
Okay,
lock goes
well, it's been fun and entertaining again. We'll talk to you for the first time again.
She's like, "I'll remember you. It won't be the first."
Okay, all right. That's all I want to
All
do.
right. Melton, you're walking out too, I assume, right?
I am.
All right. She says, "Bye-bye, Sir Vedlin." And she goes back to working on her gems.
All right, that's all I wanted to do. So I'm
Anything
ready to
else
head
you
back
guys?
to the inn.
All right. Everybody's heading back, I assume?
Yep.
All